Hello, 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 hello. Hey, y'all. Let's start at the top. Yep said, this is so weird. Yeah, girl. I only caught a couple of minutes of it, but it kind of, I don't know. I'll tell y'all what I think. Hey, being Bo girl. Hey, Tracy. Mine too, SoFlo. Mine too. Hey, James Blonde. I still love that name. Look at Penny. I had her comment posted. Mama Bear, hello, girl. Penny said, we are swimmers. Hey, Okie Black. I responded to you. I responded to you. I'm doing the same thing. Smoke them if you got them, because this is going to be a wild ride. Hey, Rebel, Sammy. Candace. Candace just joined the Discord. Hello, girl. Hey, Mama. Happy Saturday. Well, hey there, beautiful people. Hope everyone is having a good night. Same to you. Flies on the coleslaw. That is such a unique name. How did you come up with that name? Flies on the coleslaw. I'm sure there's some kind of meaning behind it. Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, there is. There's a lot of people over there. Hey, Kate the Magnificent. Yeah, we've known Katie clean the house. The house was actually clean beforehand because Seth said so in the interview. Seth said it was clean as soon as he got there. Um, no, it's grown on me too. We are swimmers. Hey, Aries, I'm glad to see you over here, love. Hey, Jasmina. I know. I know. I literally, while I was eating dinner, I listened for just a couple of minutes. We had brats tonight for dinner. Oh my God, they were so good. Shit, they were so good. Anyways, meow. Hey, Miss Leah. So it's crazy, ain't it? Stacy. I know, heaven forbid she clean her house. I am shooketh. Oh, thank you, Black. I appreciate it. Let me light this joint up. So I know it's been a little hectic ever since the whole Slurgate. Um, and I know a lot of people, well, a couple of people were dragging me for filth. That's okay. I want y'all to know it's okay and that it doesn't take away from my energy, and I hope it doesn't take away from yours. Um, Also, I want to make it known because I did have a few comments asking me like, what did I want from this situation? Well, what I wanted was accountability, but when she showed she wouldn't take accountability, all I wanted was to move on. The only reason it turned out as big as it did is because she just wouldn't shut the fuck up. She wouldn't stop lying. And she kept going panel to panel and chat to chat, bringing it up. So it had to be addressed. Um, but now I'm done. We're over it. We're moving on. Thank you. We are the dream team. And I know a lot of people, it's so hard to stand on what you believe because you want to feel like you belong. You want to feel like you're a part of this, the cool kids club, right? The cool kids. You want to be a part of it. I've been there. I've done that. I didn't want the fallout to happen because I didn't want my ties to be cut with some of the cool kids and the big group of people that I created friendships with. Um, but I want everyone to know you don't have to hang with the cool kids to be accepted. We're here and we're open for you to come around whenever you want. Even if you realize later, if right now is not the time for you to stand on your convictions and what you really think and feel, cool. Cool, boo. We'll be here. All right. Yeah, and Michelle, that's exactly what I mean. Like the standing alone part, that's hard for people. And I get it. I get it. And people want to be a part of this big group, this, like I said, the cool kids club. And they don't want to feel left out. And if they stand by their convictions, they stay away, then they do have, like, in a sense, FOMO. I won't apologize for standing for what I believe in. Like I said, it didn't have to go to the extent that it did. Um, Once I seen she wasn't willing to take accountability and she stood on it, cool. But because we had an opinion on Dietz's live, she just couldn't let it go. She could not let it go. She just made it worse and worse and worse. So, anyways, let's move on. So as most of you know, Seth created a channel a while back. He shut it down when shit started getting too hectic. Now, I guess he pulled it back up. I don't know if this is the same channel, if it's a different, I don't know. I'd have to check the start date of the channel. Aries said, hold on, let me see this. Aries said, this is a quote for all. Always be like water. Float in the times of pain or dance like waves along the wind, which touches its surface. Absolutely, Aries. I love that. All right, so Seth set up a live. We knew, if you seen my community post, like as soon as Betty mentioned it, I posted it so other people would know that, because not everybody watches Betty, but so that other people would know that Seth was doing a live about Sebastian tonight. So Irish sent it to me, to get me prepared for it so I could watch for it. I didn't notice until I pulled it up just a little bit ago before I started my live that he's got it named Sebastian Wayne Update Tennessee. And we already know there's no updates. There's none. So that automatically is a red flag to me. It's like, why? It's a clickbait. So he's already picking up the bad behavior of tragedy pimps. So let's get to it. Thank y'all for being here. Make sure you hit that like for your girl or the dislike, whatever.
We good?
Of course he has.
I'm just listening to the Mission Impossible thing.
So hello, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well this evening. We'd like to welcome.
What was the point in that? Hold on. What now? See, he's playing games. He's playing games, y'all. Let me put Sebastian. No. I was going to put Sebastian on the screen. I'm not going to. Because I don't want anything I say or anything the chat feels to come back on Sebastian. You know what I'm saying? Look at him. He's playing. Dun, 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 dun.
We good?
I'm good. I'm just listening to the Mission Impossible thing.
So hello, everybody.
And Tony, can we get okay? Yeah, y'all can call me a hater. I'm gonna be a hater. Tony, is that the only fucking shirt you own, bro? And Betty's got a whole new living room. Look at her. I seen Steph say that in the Discord. Look at that living room, girl. Do it then, girl. Got a whole new living room. I know it's a green screen, y'all.
Hope everybody's doing well this evening. We'd like to welcome you guys to the inaugural live
Be real.
of Seth Rogers.
Glad to see you. I heard somebody else say that. It ain't me, so I don't know who you're talking about. I wish I knew who you was talking about. Like, I intentionally waited an hour so that it wouldn't affect his life. Not like my 100 people's really going to affect his life anyways. Oh, yeah. Truth Seeker, hey, bang. It is kind of weird. And it is cringe from the get-go.
Rogers on his own channel. Seth is the father of 15-year-old Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, the young man who went missing from Hendersonville, Tennessee on February 26th. So Seth, good.
Now, before we get fully into this, I want to give a trigger warning. Hide your wives, hide your kids, because you never know if a peen slip on the screen will happen with Mr. Dick Talk Tony over here on the right.
Good evening, first off, sir.
Be careful. Guard your eyes. Be alert. Be aware.
Tell us about your channel. Tell us what the purpose is and how this came to be.
He does, Blue Bunker.
Well, I decided I was going to set up this channel because watching a lot of other people's channels about my son, people have a tendency of have gravy in the mouth.
And yeah, you. Did he really just have the nerve to say that? People have a tendency of having gravy at the mouth. Bro, you have done over 100 appearances on YouTube. And every single one of them, you say some fucked up foul shit exploiting your child. So miss me with the gravy of the mouth comment.
They're not paying attention to what's coming out of their mouth. It needs to be about my son. Everybody wants to throw their 2 cents in when it's not even worth a penny. False narrative.
Y'all, some of y'all's comments. What in the world? All right, let's go. Hold on, I gotta get back
There's
to the
out there
screen.
false information.
I'm a little stoned, y'all, so bear with me. Bear with me. I got pot brain tonight.
I figured what better than to take that away from them and put it back in control of Sebastian's family.
Well, and nobody knows the young man better than his father, correct?
Well, he knows himself better than I do, but I'm going to try to be a second close.
I would say incorrect. Bro don't even have recent pictures of Sebastian. And they like to say Chris and Katie don't either, but the one that is on the TBI flyer is the one that was taken, I think Katie said the day before. The day before.
Perfect. So let me ask you this, big dog. I mean, the questions that we're getting rolling in by the dozen.
Great comment, Nature.
Have to do with your surgery, your recovery. Talk to us a little bit about your surgery. How did that go? How you feeling? What was the experience like? That kind of thing.
Well, this hand is definitely working again. No pain. I'm great.
Good.
It was like instantaneous when I was done with the surgery. I had no more pain going down into my right arm. So I'm happy about that. I haven't had to take anything except for ibuprofen and a little bit of Aleve since the surgery.
So well, I guess that would cancel out because somebody said he sounded wasted. I think it was Be Real. And I meant to respond. I don't remember if I did or not. But I said, well, maybe he was on, he just had that surgery and everything. Maybe he's probably on some kind of pain medication. And right here, he's saying he's not. So I don't know.
That end, I'm tired of having to regulate medicines like my doctor was wanting me to.
Hey, Southern
I'd
Gal.
rather not take them.
Hey, Froggy.
Rather have my multivitamin, my fish oil, my B12, my normal stuff that I take every day.
So tell us about that experience.
And see, I think so too, be real, because there's been other times he's sounded intoxicated. Unless he just literally talks with a lazy slur, which some people do, then yeah, I mean, that's a suspicion of mine for sure.
Of waking up on the table. We talked about that a little
My
bit.
throat still hurts. I woke up and I had tubes and stuff shoved down my throat. I was trying to rip them out.
Yeah.
I actually got bruises where, they had 3 people on one side of me trying to hold me down when I came out. It was not pleasant. But as soon as they got stuff pulled
What's
out
up?
of, the tubes.
What's up, MJ? Give me your grievances, baby.
Stuff ripped out of my throat. As soon as I was able to start breathing on my own again, I was able to calm down. I was aggravated, that's for sure.
What? Blue Bunker said I asked if he had any recent memories of Sebastian and sent prayers for Sebastian, Chris, and Katie, and you got blocked for that? The white, I know, I was like, bro, are you a priest now? But no, it's it's a what, a bandage, Southern Gal, a bandage. Yeah, I love me some pain meds. I gotta be careful. Melissa. Oh, because any comment that even corrected, even respectfully, something that Betty said was removed immediately, but there were nonstop comments accusing Chris and Katie aloud. I'm so disgusted. That's what this live is for, MJ. Like that's exactly. He says he wants to take the control back of who's covering and what's being put out there in terms of Sebastian. No, it's not. This is a smear channel. And it's a smear channel towards Chris and Katie because bro is envious because he still loves Katie. Dude don't even really cry. Like you can tell when he's sad about Sebastian. You can tell when he's a little sad about Sebastian. His voice gets a little shaky. But the only time I've heard him or seen him full on cry was about Katie. And it's been several times.
Just getting me back to the recovery room, then making sure my dressing was good, making sure that I could get up and walk around, stuff like that. In 30 minutes, I was sitting there chomping at the bit trying to get out of the hospital.
That's right.
They were like, no, you got to stay here for 3 hours.
I'm sure you were quite the minding patient, right?
I was an angel, thank you.
So tell your audience here, your supporters, what
thriving.
Types of things were you?
He is thriving with all this attention. Thriving. He is loving it.
You not able to do when you were dealing with this shoulder pain? I mean, I have an idea. I know what's at the top of the list, but in addition to the obvious, searching for your son,
Melissa.
I mean, what are the?
Melissa says, now, I know y'all might want to listen to the interview, but there's going to be a lot of commentating because just like I have opinions, you guys in the chat have opinions, and I want everybody to see it. And not everybody can catch every comment. So Melissa said, my heart is broken. The same respect should be shown for all of the parents across the board. It's freaking amazing how people think they are smarter than law enforcement. Absolutely, MJ. Hey, Grandma. Yeah, this is the Seths show, girl. Is it? Oh, wow. C-section was the only surgery I had. And that shit was rough. And if they didn't feel that he was abducted, they would not use that protocol? You talking about the outdated one, Chasen? Wait until he coughs. All right, let's play a little more. I'll keep reading comments.
Other things that you miss doing that you're going to be able to get back to doing now that you're out of pain?
Besides back to looking for my son, because I was under doctor's orders, I wasn't allowed to drive. A lot of people don't realize that I was not allowed to drive. So every time I drove somewhere, I had to have somebody come pick me up. And it was not one of the, I don't like having to wait on people to do stuff. I've always been a person that just relies on myself. So relying on other people is extremely hard for me. Can't wait till I can actually ride my motorcycle again. I mean, it's one thing to be in pain.
Got it,
at
Jason.
the beginning, it was okay, but like a 10-minute ride on my bike, every bump, anything that just jarred it, because I had nothing left in between my C5 and my C6 and my neck, except for the nerve. So every time I hit a bump, all it was doing was separating and squishing down on that last nerve.
And that's why you didn't ride your motorcycle at the vigil, correct?
Yep. I couldn't. I mean, that's an hour and 15 minutes, depending on traffic.
You know, MJ. MJ said things can very easily appear to be one way, but to all of these people straight up accusing a parent of having involvement, I ask one simple question. What if you're wrong? What then? Same, girl. That's exactly what I say. Like, when you think about it, you can have suspicions, you can have theories of your own. But when you think about it, you always need to ask yourself, it needs to be something ingrained in you to always say, but what if I'm wrong? You're doing a lot of damage if you're wrong.
Traffic just to get down there, plus then the ride back while we waited and everything, or else I would have been on my bike.
Yeah. Anything else? Anything else you missed doing? You went to the shooting range a lot, right?
I used to.
Now, for me, I don't give a shit about any of this. Like, I'm glad Seth had the surgery. He's recovering, but I really just don't care about any of this.
Where all this happened, and yeah,
I'm here for the update. You know, like right here says Sebastian Wayne update Tennessee. That's what I'm here for.
It was not a task or activity that I could enjoy.
Absolutely.
So I'll be hitting the range again, making sure I'm still
Me too, Southern Gal.
Very nice. Very nice.
You know, go fishing. I couldn't go fishing. I couldn't do a lot of things. Like, I mean, even simple maintenance, like washing my truck was not something that I could do. Cleaning my house was a pain in my
what fur baby?
Hindquarters. There was just a lot of things I couldn't do.
Yeah. So Seth, I mean, obviously the big reason people are coming to your channel, other than to support you looking for your son, is you know, these folks are hoping to see a little more about Sebastian. They want to learn.
I got your email, baby. I'm just so terrible with emails. I'm gonna email you back. I promise. I am gonna email you back. Anybody I haven't answered, I'm taking the day tomorrow to do emails. So I got you. But thank you for your email. I did see it. Lady K, I seen your email too. Thank you.
About who Sebastian is. They want to see things from you, the father, that they can't see on any other channel. So I understand that you've got some pics, some video that you're going to share with the audience, and you're going to explain to them what these pictures mean to you and what the story behind the pictures is. Is that correct?
I've got some pictures that I'm willing to share currently. I mean, a lot of people don't.
No, I don't remember that.
This is all I have left of my son until I can find him and bring him home. But I cherish all these pictures that I have taken. It was definitely a different life for most of these pictures because these were pictures when he was younger. I've got some newborn pictures in here. I've got pictures of him
Yeah,
still in the
let's see the
hospital, like
pictures.
less than 24 hours old. Like I try to take pictures of him all the time when he was younger. I try to take pictures. A lot of people don't know that the picture of him on the
Oh,
shirts. I
my
took that
first name is Steve. Oh, is that the one where they kind of like brainwash? He brainwashes the child to where they really like he thinks his name's Steven. Yeah. Yeah. I think so too. But people say, but if he was running away or taking off, why would he leave his shoes there? Because I don't think he was running away. I don't think he was taking off. I think somebody said, oh man, I got this rare game, for the Switch. Maybe it was a game or something Katie and Chris wouldn't let him have. And he was like, I live in the area. Maybe somebody he talked to online or something. We just don't know. But he could have thought he was just going out and getting something and going right back in.
picture the weekend that I had him last. And that was the last picture that I got to take of my son. And I got to take that when we went out to eat.
Well, brother, I can
wow.
tell you, you've got a massive army in here with you, supporting you tonight. We feel you. We're with you. We're shedding tears with you. We got your back. Let's light up the chat with those green.
And just because I have my theory of that doesn't mean I don't have theories that involve Seth, theories that involve Katie, and theories that involve Chris. I do have those theories. I'm just not so irresponsible as to share them because you never know. People could take that, run with it, and that starts the rumor mill, starts misinformation, disinformation, all of it.
Green hearts, and let's get to looking at these pictures so we can get everybody refocused on what all this
That's
is
all
about,
right,
which is
Sassy.
finding your son.
This is about knowing Sebastian somewhat more than y'all do. Seen some of the videos.
I'm not sure. I mean, I'm so surprised Betty's still quiet right now.
Like the Christmas videos that I showed. I haven't even let all of those. Phones back then didn't record like they do now.
That's it. That's
The YouTube channel.
Shit. I remember that.
Hindquarters. There was just a lot of things I couldn't do.
Okay, hold on. I gotta get back.
All cats.
Oh, we're in picture.
Didn't
Look at
stop
that,
it
babe.
because
Go
he
back.
didn't
Go back.
it was-
Go back.
like the Christmas
We're with
when he was younger. I try to take pictures. A lot of people don't know that.
you with those green hearts, and let's get to looking at.
Like the Christmas videos that I showed. I haven't even let all of them.
Take your time through these, Seth. Take your time, buddy.
Oh, did that,
Me and
babe?
Katie picked out this whole bedroom set for him. It was great. I mean, he was a bundle of joy. He wasn't even a year old at these times.
Isn't that the one? Is that the one with the criminal intent, Law and Order, criminal intent guy in it, and the movie that they made about it, or a show? It might have been a show. Or am I getting cases mixed up? The dude that played the roach guy on Men in Black.
So what are we seeing up here at the top? Is that a tippy cup? Is that what that is?
Yeah, that was his car sippy cup.
Okay.
You know, didn't have him on a bottle for long.
Yeah.
When he was born,
Too bad we can't really see that
Like-
photo on his shirt though, Chasen.
first few months of his life was like
Oh no.
literally a blur. Child literally hit the ground crawling
This is Sebastian Rogers,
because
Genevieve.
he didn't walk. But I mean,
He was. Look
he
at those
was
little
awake on
rolls.
average for 18 hours a day.
Little hand rolls.
I mean,
Sit
when
up.
he slept, it was amazing when he slept. 4 hours every once in a while here and there. Child just didn't stop. When he
He
did
did
stop,
say
it was
tippy.
because he was asleep.
Yes,
He liked
girl.
animals even then. His
So
whole room was
for everybody that hasn't been quite
Little
as connected
finger
to the
rolls
case,
and
I mean,
cheeks.
let's
Look at
talk
it.
about that. His love for animals. I mean, his animal of choice was what?
Oh, his favorite cats.
Okay. Any
I know
specific
that.
type, color, just cats in general?
Cats, just cats, all cats. I really wanted to I want to get him a Savannah. It's a pretty big cat, but it can also be a house cat. Um, I'm a fan of dogs. I don't mind cats. It just means an extra pill I have to take every day, depending on their dander supply. Um, but he really likes cats. I mean,
Mm.
I haven't found an animal that he really doesn't like. I mean, he got bit in the face by a dog and had to have 7 stitches in his face, and he still wasn't scared of dogs.
Hey, Mal.
Wasn't scared of him at one bit. Wasn't even scared of the dog that bit him.
My email, Wolfie.
He had no fear of animals. Kind of just understood. But his whole room was a lion, like jungle theme. So he had giraffes, turtles. He had a huge lion, gold with mane. He slept with that thing.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Lutz, Adam. What's it your motif is?
It's a little fuzzy, but he was always moving. You know,
Okay.
you can see the giraffe in the background.
Look at that smile.
Oh, he was up to no good. Definitely way before Harry Potter, and he was so up to no good. But long blonde hair, always.
Thank
Definitely
you.
a different time. We lived in South Georgia at this point in time. This is about the time that Uncle Taco's daughter would be watching Sebastian.
Yeah, because she said he was 2 when she watched him. Right? Look at him, so precious.
He had moved into Coleraine Oaks. He was already learning how to swim and everything else here.
I mean, it looks like
And to me, even though Seth is super selfish, in my opinion, and has turned this case into chaos, in my opinion, I still put myself in his position of looking at these pictures and knowing that he doesn't have his child. You know, that still hurts him no matter how selfish he is.
the world was his at that point. You guys were just living in it. The toys all over the place just looked like he was living life, and everybody was getting him and buying him and providing him with everything he
Hey,
wanted.
Stephanie.
Yeah, everything was his.
Absolutely.
Everything was his. I was his dad. Katie was his mom. Everywhere,
Right?
everything was his. He definitely had a good childhood. At least a very young, good childhood.
He's got his camera set up to where it's kind of like at an angle. He could be using his phone as a webcam. So he's got it set at a different angle and it's coming at him diagonally. He's looking at his screen, his computer screen.
Me and him used to sit there and we would dance around this whole place because right back here, that right there is like a divider wall between the kitchen,
Okay.
living room, and then on the other side was our dining room, our eat-in area, which was also extended part. But there was that divider wall, and you could walk around that whole thing. We would literally we'd sit there and play music and just dance around the whole house.
Thank you for telling me,
Kid loved
Wolfie.
to dance.
So how old is he in this picture? How old was he when he started walking? You know, just to give the audience kind of a reference point.
He's 2 in this picture.
Okay.
He's already
He
said
started
that.
walking at about 1.5 years.
Okay.
He was crawling at
And see,
4.
at 1.5 years, that's not. I mean, it's delayed. It's delayed, but it's not like super behind. Because I think most kids start crawling and then walking. I think they're up and walking by what, like 9 months, 12 months?
For months, he was crawling. Less than 4 months.
I agree. I agree with that, Michelle.
He knew he had done something. I can't remember what he had done, but he walked up and actually had to take a picture.
Boy, he looks ornery in the picture. I'm not going to lie.
He does. He's up to something. Chasen said, he does have current pictures. He wanted to share baby pics. Maybe he will share newer ones at some point. Not fond of Seth, just being fair. I can appreciate that. Because there ain't no way he doesn't have newer ones. But we all know Seth is kind of stuck in this time. You know, not 2024, but this moment in the picture.
He still is ornery, thank you. I mean, he gets that from me. I mean, what can I say?
There's not a surprised member in the audience after that comment.
Probably not. I mean, I gave him all his best qualities in life. Being stubborn, pig-headed, ornery, focused. Not, I'd like to hope to think that his curiosity is something I've given him in life too. Because he definitely likes to learn. But it's got to be his way. He's got to learn his way. I was outside, still in Coleraine Oaks. It's just that you see that smile, and I mean, how can you tell that face no?
I agree.
I mean, anything that he wanted, he got.
He does have Seth's eyes and like the shape of his eyes and the eyebrows. Absolutely.
You know, you can't.
I get that.
You can't read too much into a picture, but a picture is worth 1,000 words, and he truly looks loved in that picture.
Black.
Here's something.
I don't know. I know you said in your comment earlier, if you know, you know, but I don't know. But I think I do. I think I just found out
About that picture. If you look at his chin, you see the drool.
Your baby drool.
All right. The kid drooled a lot.
Well,
all right. And there's one thing that I noticed about him when he was younger.
To be fair, teething,
is that most people, if they eat peanut butter, how it gets, no, I've watched this kid eat peanut butter and his drool is just like anti-peanut butter. Like when he was a kid, the peanut butter would just, I mean, I've got pictures of it somewhere too, but it would never stay. I mean, kid loves peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. And then, started getting him to drink coffee at a later age. And then I introduced him into toasted peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and coffee. It's a great breakfast. I mean, probably not the healthiest thing in the world, but it's better than just a cup of coffee. Man, this kid thought it was the cream of the crop when I toasted peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. It was my Aunt Sharon that literally taught me about toasted peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. And I learned those when I want to say 15 when she taught me about those. I mean, that was several decades ago, but we're not going there.
Yeah, Seth, a lot of people don't know that you and I grew up 15 minutes apart. Of course, the part of the country that we grew up in, I mean, we figured out a lot of good things to do with peanut butter. We had peanut butter and jelly, toasted peanut butter and jelly, peanut butter and banana. I mean, we did it all.
Peanut butter and marshmallow, just peanut butter and butter. I mean, like sometimes that's all you got in life is bread and peanut butter. You know, peanut butter and Rice Krispies. You can make plenty of stuff with peanut butter. It's like having flour.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he was no longer in the crib, that's for sure. But he had his own little car's bed.
Oh my gosh. What's at him, y'all? What's at him?
If he wasn't sleeping, he was moving. Look at him chunky little legs.
Oh no. Hey, Dad.
Again, it kind of looks like the world was his, you know, you guys were just living in it.
Yeah.
The world is still his. We just got to find him.
Absolutely.
Just got to find him so that we can. I mean, if you look down here at the bottom at this picture right here, though, that's a portion of the lion.
Okay.
Because it was everywhere that he went. So, he really was a Cars fan. And if you look, his T-shirt is a Buzz Lightyear.
So when he was younger, he was a big Cars fan because he had the Cars tippy cup, the Cars bed. I mean, that was a big thing for him, correct?
He does keep
he was a
Disney
kid.
Is that what they call it, or is he saying it like that on purpose?
That's for sure.
Okay.
We're Wooksin, Jones, and we're Wooksin.
Did he like any other Disney movies?
What do you say? Name one. I mean, he did Cars, he did Buzz Lightyear, Monsters Inc.
So a lot of the more animated Disney movies, correct?
Yeah. As he got older, I'm a Star Wars fan, and he of course became a Star Wars fan as well. His mama, she's a Harry Potter fan. And you know, I'm a Space Wizard fan. And then at one point in time, she decided to ask him, you know, which is better, Harry Potter or Star Wars? And he had a hard time making a decision. So I told him, do you want a magical wand or do you want a lightsaber? And being the typical boy that he is, he was like, I will take the lightsaber. So, you know.
Oh boy.
Blackmail pictures. Some of these these pictures are not in chronological order. Leave my retro 80s table and chairs out of it. Boy, Dad, like this stuff. If I remember correctly, I believe I want to say that was oatmeal. And he did not appreciate me taking a picture of him, as you can tell.
Yeah, he looks thrilled.
Oh, yeah. It reminds me of when I was married. That's the look I would get when I was in trouble. Yeah, the thing about Daddy's watch. So I gave it to him once, and needless to say, that was him showing me the last time I ever found my watch. Because after this, I never found it again.
That old dad wrapped around his finger, didn't he?
Yes, he does. He still does. I mean, yes, he did then. He does now. I mean, it's my mini-me. He's everything that makes me who I am. Oh, he was in his bouncy at the house, and his little onesie. He was a big boy.
Yeah, he was a little chunk there, wasn't he?
Yeah, if you look at him now, you'd never known how chunky he was as a kid, as an infant.
Absolutely.
Boys, like, I mean, there's a Mexican restaurant we go to here in Clarksville. They serve literally chicken burritos that are like this big. They're the whole size of the platter, and he'll eat a whole one. He'll eat all of it, and then he'll eat the chips, and then he'll be like, "Can we have dessert?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." Like, well, I don't know where he puts it all. I know where I put it, but I don't know where he puts it all.
We're going to give him credit that he looks chunky because he's got horizontal stripes on, right?
No. This was his first birthday.
I have to be honest with you. I think he might like a little bit of cake. I'm not sure. I don't know for a fact yet, but
Yep, just a
I
little bit.
have to think that he thinks the cake looks good.
I mean, yeah. I mean, he's watching everybody else while he eating the cake.
I've seen that.
And there was no cake for nobody else. All him.
And just so the audience knows, Seth, when you and I talk about Sebastian, we don't talk about him in past tense ever, do we?
Nope. He's still
We're talking about past tense because these are old pictures, just so everybody knows. It's no disrespect to Sebastian or Seth. We're talking about then as was because these are
now.
Compared
Yes.
to now, correct.
I mean,
I knew that.
he was 1 year old. This was 14 years ago, people.
Absolutely.
It was his birthday. And yeah, he was definitely into cake. I still think he's into cake. But, we got to find him so we can get him his next birthday cake. His last one, I
It
believe,
is,
was an ice
isn't
cream
it?
cake that I got him. I'm not really a fan of ice cream cake, but his birthday being in December, he's 15. Take him out to dinner. Take him to the arcade. Let him go play go-karts. One day old.
Holy cow.
That baby, it's dark, but you can still.
He hadn't even been
see
breathing
it.
oxygen for 24 hours yet. This is still in the hospital.
He is. I agree.
Yes, I was there when he came out, and I took him home.
How do you feel when you're looking at these pictures, Seth? Do you feel happy? Do you feel sad? Do you feel a bundle of emotions? Is it all the above?
It's all of the above, plus it feels kind of like it was yesterday. It's like, where did the last 15 years go? Like, I remember when he was this. He was so small and itty bitty, and he just fit in my arm. And now he's, almost as tall as I am. Just, where did all the time go?
Makes you want to tell the audience to hug their babies, doesn't it?
And take care of your kids.
Genevieve, I
Love
think
them.
he was. Let me pause
Tell
this.
them you love them.
I think he was saying that because people were in the chat saying, "Why is Seth using past tense?"
Because you're not guaranteed tomorrow with them. Back to his favorite thing, cake. I think he was wearing more of it than he had actually eaten it. I'm just saying.
And he doesn't look in trouble either. He looks like that you guys were fine with it.
I was told that I wasn't allowed to smash his face in the cake. I was trying to give him all the cake.
I don't think he needs to. I think he looks like he got.
He did a pretty good job.
I think he did a really good job there.
Yeah, he didn't need any help at all. I think he's got a couple spots right here around the nose. That are missing. I think the reason his mouth was open is that there was cake and icing stuck in his nose. He was just trying to breathe. was bringing him home.
So this was on the way home from the hospital.
Yep. Yes, it was. Nothing fit him because he was actually really small. He didn't get, feeding him the formula got him chunky, but he had to fill out. I got another picture right here somewhere. Look at fat belly.
He's with Mama there, correct?
Yep.
He's got piercing eyes.
Most definitely.
Without a doubt. I've watched his eyes change color many a times. You can see right here that these pretty much right now are still blue. He looks at you, he looks through you, deep into your soul. Like, really? Is that how we're going to play this game?
That's how he gets what he wants.
Yeah, pretty much. He's like, see this pinky? You're supposed to be wrapped around it, right? Again, as you can tell by this shirt, he drools a lot when he was younger. I mean, literally, the kid drooled a lot.
I got to tell you, a lot of babies do. I asked my mom because she said the same thing, except my hair did not lay as flat as your son.
God, she scared the shit out of me. Did that scare anybody else? Like, girl, you came in hot. Hot. Lord, that voice.
It stuck up that she was so embarrassed she put a bonnet over my head. So,
well, again, he was a baby. He was probably teething, She should, Tess. I agree.
Diapers.
Wow, is that what that is?
All of this up here, yeah, he got into the stack of diapers.
Look at that.
That's his lion over to the side, correct?
Yep, that's his lion. Then he had his little monkey rug.
Hell yeah, made the dog jump. No, I don't think any of them were really horribly neglectful. I don't think any of them were.
Oh, no.
That's adorable.
that smile. It's the smile.
And see, when I see that smile, it's a goofy little smile. I love it. Like, people think goofy is a derogatory term, like you're being mean when you say it. Look at that. Look at that baby. Look at y'all. Well taken care of. Very well taken care of. You can tell. Oh, that's the end of it.
That is the end of that slideshow.
So, Seth,
I appreciate seeing those little pictures.
Of course, we all appreciate, Sebastian's Army appreciates you sharing those incredibly personal pictures with us.
I know, yep. That's why it scared the shit out of me. I forgot she was even there because I had it where the comments were covering her up. So when she talked, it scared me. Sorry.
I definitely, personally, I appreciate everybody who came into this live with me.
No update yet.
I appreciate everybody in
Not
chat.
yet.
And, I will let you all know that I have been speaking with law enforcement. I've been speaking with Sumner County. They're giving me information. I didn't know who it was, but they called me about the body over in Hendersonville, and they called me about the body that they found in Nashville, so that I didn't have to wait too long. So they're keeping me informed of certain things that are going on.
Good.
I do call them. I do talk to them. I can drive, though limited. I plan on going over to Sumner County on Monday, so I can have a conversation with him on Monday.
Just so we're not ignoring the good people in the chat, are there any updates at this time that you can share with the audience or no?
I do know that there will be some searches. I believe on the 11th, we're setting things up for a search on the 11th at Rockland Park. We're going back out there with all the rain and everything.
So the 11th. Rockland Park. I don't know what city or I know it's in Tennessee, but search effort for Sebastian Rogers.
That we've been having. We're wanting to make sure that we've got over everything.
Hello.
We are still handing out flyers. Still having flyers sent to people. If you haven't got flyers yet, my apologies. It's a slow process at times. I did run out of flyers.
It's okay.
I will be picking more up next week.
That's it, baby.
And I will be making sure that flyers get sent out to people. As for bracelets, right now, I know people want to purchase bracelets. I don't have any more bracelets. I have to make another order. So it'll be a moment until they come in.
If you don't mind, I'll talk to you about that after.
All right.
Oh, damn.
So, Seth, do we have anything else before I introduce our very special guest?
Yeah, we do not.
Okay, baby, I love you.
So, guys, we have a very good friend, special guest with us tonight, Bullhorn Betty. And Betty, welcome. I want to extend a very sincere thank you on behalf of Seth and myself for all you do for Seth and helping him find his son.
Tony's coming in to tell y'all, hey.
But isn't limited to the shoulder to lean on, the boots on the ground, the helping.
I'm sorry. I thought I muted, but I actually paused this and then hit play on this, but I didn't mute. It's okay. He was just telling me he was on his way home.
The
sorry,
support
y'all.
in the community, the support out in the social media streets. I can't thank you enough for giving him an additional sister through this time. So without further ado, you take the floor and talk to us about your trip to Hendersonville.
Hold on, though.
Yeah,
So Betty's the special guest. Well, then why has she been there the whole time? You should have had her backstage waiting for the moment to introduce her. So we could have all laughed and so we could all laugh together.
so I thought Hendersonville was enlightening. I did find out some information for myself. We were able to post, I posted just about half. He handed me a stack of flyers, but I posted I think it was about 200 of those. I think he gave me like close to 300. And so I have about 50 of those left with some bands. I'm going to be mailing those bands out.
He's saying she's an additional sister because folks been making these jokes about her and Dick Tony getting together. He needs to clarify. Listen, again, I'm just glad we ain't got a sneak peek of you know what.
I haven't had a chance to with the new girl, but I thought it was
it is a green screen.
Successful, with a few hiccups,
Sure.
So,
what did you think about the community of Hendersonville? Was it your first time there?
It was my first.
I feel like he is fishing for some shit talking.
Time there. I was a little disappointed in the lack of signage. I have to be lack of anything to even represent Sebastian, even ribbons and bows and just something. And I was a little disappointed that I didn't see more of I've been in smaller communities that had larger support, larger array of signage throughout a county. I didn't see that here. There was nothing like that here. So I think that was a little discouraging, but we posted the flyers. I hear the flyers
talking about
certain flyers have come down.
Rolling on the web.
So I'm hoping that people continue to put them up because what I learned going into these communities is just because, we may know it on social media, maybe one or two houses.
The TikTok Tony exposers here, Lady K. She said, I'm ready.
May know about it, but what you find out is people down the road. People
look, he's tripping so hard about that slip up that he ain't gonna move. He's gonna sit his ass right there as he should.
That don't watch the news or are really busy. They don't know about this. You have people literally living in a community right next to you that has never heard Sebastian Rogers' name. I guarantee it, because this is something I see in every single community. That's why it's so important to have the signage, to have things out there so people can see it and pay attention to it. And I feel like that was what was missing. So we did what we could do to correct the issue.
Right. And so after you did a little digging when you and I spoke, you kind of acknowledged that you knew that there was signage there at one time. You knew there was, yard signs, there was telephone pole signs, there was.
Listen at them trying to get, the nonsense stirred up in it.
All these things, and then they weren't there, and then you go flood the community with more signage, and then you're hearing now that here we go again. It's been taken down. I mean, just your thoughts. I mean, why is that?
I don't know who would take missing person signs down for a 15-year-old boy, for any person, not just a kid, but for any person. This is something I really don't understand, because the child is missing. We need to find him. Why would anybody want to remove signs to put his face in front of people? That I will never understand. And again, this is across I have never in my life heard people removing missing person signs or flyers before. I've just never experienced a situation like that personally. Or ever heard of it.
The only thing I can equate that to, because I live in a small community here in Oklahoma. Every time I walk out of Walmart, you see the signs that are there in Walmart, the missing children signs.
Wow.
And I look at those.
Not to interrupt you, Tony.
Go ahead, buddy.
I know that I've been to places to put flyers up that I've been to before, and they had been people in there like, "Can I talk to your manager?" Not to sound like a Karen, but I asked upper management before I put signs in the building to make sure that I have the okay. And I've had them sit there and be like, we just took his picture down. We took the last poster down, a week ago. And it's like, well, why? And they were like, somebody came in and said that he was found. And it's like, I'm his dad. He hasn't been found. If he had been found, I sure wouldn't be out here posting pictures, and it's just, it's horrible what the links of some of these people who have no humanity left about them. This is a missing child, whether it's my child or somebody else's child. To sit there and walk in and be like, "Oh, they found him. You should take the sign down." Yeah, you didn't go in and take it down, but you went in and gave false information to somebody, and they took the sign down. Because, of course, if they found him, why would we need signs up? But he hasn't been found, and they're spreading false information. And the fact is that it goes on in the real world just like it does in social media. And it's really a lack of human.
Seth, I could tell when I saw Betty's face that that's the first time she had heard that too. When you get to thinking about why a good person would take down a sign, that's really the only explanation, is that they're being told that the child is found. And I got to tell you, that's a new one to me, and that's really odd. Thoughts on that, Betty?
Well, I'd like to know who would do that. It seems like somebody.
No, they didn't really say that. Stirring the shit pot, ain't he? Yeah, he did. Yeah, I agree, Be Real. That it is ridiculous. I agree. It takes 2 seconds to see if he's been found. Yeah, to be fair, even while his shoulder was hurt, he could still give out flyers. Well, Southern gal, folks be making excuses for everything these days.
Somebody that has a dog in the fight. I mean, why would anybody do that? Just preemptively go up to see a sign and say, "Hey, he's been found and we're going to take it down." I mean, let's finish this. Just who would do that? Like, I don't understand why anybody would not want a missing person flyer up for somebody that's missing.
Well, and I know on your show, you talked a little bit, just to shift gears a little bit, you talked about some of the areas of interest Don't want you to share anything you haven't already shared, but I know after kind of wrapping your brain around the area, making a few drives here and there, that you've got some areas that you really think are kind of hot spots. Can you discuss that?
I'll discuss them vaguely, but obviously the three communities are Hendersonville, Gallatin, which is basically Sumner County, but there's very specific areas there. There are a couple of things over in White House that I'd like to look at, but I think we have some gaps that we just need to resolve. And I think that looking at this with a different approach may come up with something.
Right.
Right now we know that the area around Ground Zero, which is Sebastian's home, his primary home with Katie and Chris, has been thoroughly searched. At least the 5-mile radius has been searched, researched, oversearched. So that's not.
Yep, the blip boards have been up the whole time, damn near the whole time. I know at least Dutchie was on that immediately.
That I think we would be looking at. We're also having people, reaching out to autistic centers. We're getting flyers into Alaska because people were concerned about Alaska. Although that's not going to be an area that I
You don't think so perfectly?
It's still something that we can infuse with some information to see if there's any type of leads out of that area. So as far as search areas, I really think it needs to be the three places. I mean, he was in Hendersonville, so that should be a given. There's family in Gallatin, that should be a given. And of course, there is a route. So that has to be looked at.
Right. Well, you made an interesting comment the other day to me when we were talking about this protocol for missing persons, missing children. Can you explain that?
Oh, God dang. Why y'all let me do that? The protocol, I think if Chasen's still in here, she can put what she said earlier. But I'm pretty sure Chasen said earlier that the protocol they're about to discuss, it is outdated. It was, and maybe it hasn't been updated recently. I didn't know what you were doing. I was talking to y'all. I was telling y'all all of this. I don't know if it just hasn't been updated since 2000, I think she's 11 or what, but the original one was put out in 2009, I think is what Chasen said. And then the updated one was done in 2011, and she didn't mention any other dates. So I'm thinking it's still the outdated protocol from 2011.
Yes, so it's the National Center of Missing and Exploited Children. They are basically the house that they have built into most.
Listen, I got a lot of juicy stuff to show y'all when this is over, so stay tuned. That's what I'm back here doing. I'm listening to this, talking to y'all, and getting shit put together.
To the statutes around the country, them being the clearinghouse for missing persons. So how it works is law enforcement has to meet or the Amber Alert. So law enforcement has to meet some certain criteria, but the nonprofit that deals with it is the National Center of Missing and Exploited Children. And so they put all your Amber Alerts up there and they monitor those. Well, they also do a lot more than just that. They train law enforcement. They give clear directives on how, what the proper protocol should be. It's obviously not something that is written in stone or something that is, they have to do by statute. Some people have adopted it by statute. Some states have not. And so they basically state because you.
Hey, Wispy. Hello.
Hold on.
Hey, Wispy. I meant to send you an email, but we've had all this cray shit going on. I'm still going to email you. I don't know where AMAC is. Yeah, and look at Tony. He's sleeping right here. He's sleeping.
You don't know the situation that's going on when there's an initial missing person. You should always, even if you feel like it's a runaway, you should always treat the area as a crime scene. Heard that there was people in the house. We've heard that there's not forensic testing. One of the protocols is you go into the house, you secure the bedroom, and you get the
Look how
necessary
much he's blinking. Look how much he's blinking. He's trying not to doze.
paperwork signed up front by the owners, which at this point would be Katie. She was the one that was there when law enforcement got there, and that gives them the right to search that property and search that bedroom. And at that point, when they secure that paperwork, they should be immediately doing forensic testing. Not necessarily immediately, if it doesn't warrant it, but we know that the DA was out there within 72 hours. We know that there was a major change in this case that took this case 180 degrees within the first 3 days. We know that law enforcement scaled back the searches and started looking at this as an investigation by day 8. So even if it wasn't done initially, at those points, that's when that should have been done. But within 3 months is everything I'm reading is when you should have your forensics collected. You're not getting that here. So we're learning that there may not be any forensics at all of that house yet. And I just can't imagine 5 months later when this child put his head in a bed inside that home and he's not there, how we don't have at least forensics for that room. There's probable cause to get forensics for that room at minimum. Maybe.
Listen to this law enforcement agent. Look, this is investigator Betty. She got her investigator hat on right now. Listen at this. I'm not talking to you. No, I said Betty. I don't know, Audacity. A lot of people were questioning his surgery because he's not wearing a sling or a brace. I think he had something done, but I don't think it was as serious as he was making it out to be. They don't have probable cause to get a search warrant to do forensics, Betty. Y'all just wait.
Maybe not the whole house, but definitely that bedroom.
Seth, can you confirm or deny that's been done? Do you know?
I do know that I was there at that house every day for the first 3 days. I did not stay the night there. I drove all the way back to Clarksville. Would take a different route. Every time that I left here and went there, I would take a different route because I'm looking for my son. But they had dogs in there, but I never once saw them come in with any type of forensic people.
And Betty,
the initial day, there was a bunch of people in the house, detectives, law enforcement, but I didn't see anybody, cordon offing anything to make sure nobody could go in there, dusting for fingerprints to see if there was other fingerprints.
That's another thing that's in that National Center for Missing and Exploited directive is the fingerprinting of the room. I found at the front door where they think Sebastian went out of, they didn't even fingerprint. There's just things here that I feel like, I don't want to say that the stuff is lost. I don't think it is, but they've got to get in there and get some of this stuff done. And I don't understand what is taking them so long. I can't for the life of me figure this out.
Now, would this be, for the audience, is this where the luminol comes into play and things of that nature?
Yeah, they've been using a new product called Blue Star as opposed to luminol. But either way, it's basically the same thing. They've got to spray. You've got to black out the windows. It's a noticeable process. Like they put almost like these black trash bags over the windows. They have to have it pitch black dark inside for some of this stuff to fluoresce. Some of it's faint. So the darker it is, the better they can see. And that's why they do what they do. It also helps identify, like amino black helps identify any type of latent stuff that you can't really see, footprints and other types of stuff that kind of, none of that has been done.
No.
And then we hear that Katie has cleaned the house.
And it won't be. The house was clean before the real investigation started. Like the house was clean when Sebastian went missing. I think Seth even said that she always kept the house clean. It just stayed that way. So has she cleaned since he's went missing? I'm sure she has. Whatever.
Some of that forensic stuff.
Yes, she is,
from that
Melissa.
Cleaning.
Right.
So I'm just, I
No,
just got
you
a problem,
don't.
being.
That's another thing she said. You don't have to have it completely blacked out for luminol testing.
seeing these cases and knowing how important forensics are in these cases, not getting them done up front is, to me, it doesn't feel like every stone's being turned over, is all I'm saying.
Right, right. So what else, Betty? Do you have anything else?
Well, I think the only thing
Yeah, Betty. Dick Talk Tony wants you to stir some shit up, girl.
right now that's anything else for me is just getting everybody refocused on the real purpose of why we're all here. At the end of the day, Seth was showing a child, a child in his infant form. I mean, this is a human being that has been missing for a significant amount of time. And I really hope people take that and internalize it, because this family does need help. This child still needs to be brought home. And there's a lot of stuff going on in these cases on the internet that doesn't need to be going on. For example, the constant attacks. Is it impossible for people not to speak about Sebastian without attacking somebody? This is a 15-year-old boy that disappeared. I didn't do it. Tony didn't do it. Seth didn't do it. This child is missing. Attacking people that are out looking and trying to make a difference and trying to help. I just don't feel it's a great path forward.
One of the things that kind of aggravate me on my end is that, I work in law enforcement, and I'm the type of person that I would take 100 inmates walking across the field.
Yes.
Looking for, any type of evidence or whatnot.
Special guests.
Whether I like them or not, they have a purpose. And while there are some of these people out here on the internet that are sitting there holding their shows, doing their clickbait, which I know they're probably going to have this right after we end this live. They're going to be all.
Oh my God. No, I'm doing it while you're live. Well, while you were live. But I gave, he was an hour in when I started. I didn't pull no fuck shit and try to stream it on members only to get that cash flow coming through on a missing child's father's live stream. Anyways, Genevieve says, listen, we're going to talk about that. Listening to Betty speak about the care and concern for kids is always so strange when she can talk about slicing their throats. I agree.
All over it. They're going to be throwing as much shade as they can.
I honestly don't think Betty really cares about kids, to be honest. I don't. I think she cares that so many other people care about children.
I mean, that's fine. It's hot outside. It doesn't bother me. I mean,
it shouldn't be that way is my point.
My son shouldn't be missing.
Yep.
There's a lot of things in this world.
People shouldn't be attacked, except for me, Bullhorn Betty. I can attack Chris and Katie Proudfoot every day, and you're not allowed to say anything about it.
That are wrong. That are just wrong. Human trafficking is wrong. Doing things to children are wrong. People being just mean and hateful is wrong. Nobody will understand where I'm coming from when I sit there and I am upset with his mother and that whole family. It's because I don't see them doing anything. When I sit there and I told people to.
And this is where I have a problem. I don't see you doing anything either, Seth. Making your rounds on YouTube and stirring shit up and exploiting your own child, that's not really actually physically being out there doing something. You're doing something, Seth. You're exploiting your child. And now you're trying to monetarily exploit your... Jesus Christ, bro.
Kick rocks. Only I used a particular other phrase that there were memes about. I told people to F off. Mm-hmm. Because I will work with whoever I can to try to bring and find my son and bring him home.
No, you won't. That's
because he's all that matters to me. And we're going to have people out here throwing shade at me. Well, I don't like the way he sounds now. I don't like this. I don't like that. Well, I don't like you.
Cool.
But if you get your ass up from behind the fucking computer.
No, he is not. No, he ain't going here.
It's put out some flyers, man.
No, he did not. He did not. Listen, some people got work. Some people stream for fun and work for money. No, you are not sitting here not working, requesting donations and sitting your fat ass at a computer doing the same thing the rest of us are doing. Only difference is we're not exploiting your child. We're not putting out things about your child that shouldn't be here. We're actually trying to correct the misinformation that you and your pals have consistently spread in this case from day one. So I'm going to sit my fat ass here and continue reviewing you. And you're going to sit your fat ass there and continue not looking for your kid. We know what's up, Seth.
That's the bare minimum.
Hey,
While
Jennifer.
you're sitting there throwing
Maybe what we could do.
House, understand that I'm not throwing rocks because I'm out there. I put out flyers. I'm literally going to go.
No, he could get that shit off himself and go and just pay, instead of paying $2,400 to get it taken off, to get the wrap taken off his truck. He could go pay $2,400 to get one of Sebastian put on. All it takes is getting his ass out there and getting his pals out there to help him pull that wrap off.
Go pick up more and hand out more flyers. I'm running out of supplies. Not because I don't have it, it's because I have to reorder it. It means I'm going through my supplies.
Right.
All right.
And you handed me flyers and other stuff. I still have the bands I'm going to be sending out with the flyers. I haven't had a chance to do it since I've been back, which kind of sucks, but I will be getting it out when I return here in 2 days. I'll be leaving tomorrow and then I'll be returning here by Wednesday.
I mean, my sister sent me pictures yesterday and Friday. Well, that was yesterday, right? Yeah, Friday. She sent me pictures of she had to make 2 trips to the post office because she had taken a whole bunch of envelopes with bracelets, flyers, and everything. She came up here and I gave her some. And
this comment right here, because I was literally, see, that's why you my daddy. We was thinking the same thing. I just about bet that a body shop would donate the wrap for Sebastian. Absolutely.
And she's sending them out to people. And then she turned around and she sent me another picture.
Look at that.
She was like,
Seth, if you happen to see this, look at that comment on my screen right now. Use a heated blow dryer. It will lift the wrap.
Back in, she had 15 more people that reached out to her for flyers. So she turned around, packed more flyers into envelopes, along with bracelets. And
Wispy, that's exactly right. And it does seem like Seth's sister is actually doing more than he is and has done. So, but the only time he put those flyers up were at the very beginning, and it was all for show.
Sent them out. People are doing what they can, but just sitting behind your computer, not
like
doing
you
anything.
Like you are all day, every day since Easter Sunday.
Come on, can't you be better than that?
Can't you?
I mean, every day I wake up and I just want to be better for my son.
Do you?
Well, Seth, and I think the context too, it really taken out of context. That aggressive statement you made was simply you in your way trying to say that you were willing to do anything it took to help find your son. And if people didn't understand that, they could take a hike. I mean, it was a bigger context than just the 2 words, correct?
It was. There was the person that shared that made it the first thing that they shared.
Mm-hmm.
It was actually at the very end after dealing with everything that
Wispy's on fire with her comments. You're right on it, girl.
I dealt with. The vigil, emotions were high.
He is pompous.
Chris showing up twice in one day at the school, and it's like, dude, you couldn't even say this the first time you showed up. Why do you got to show up the second time and not actually stay for the vigil?
He didn't want to be around you and crew because you and crew have caused so much misinformation and bad vibes towards Chris. And Katie. Let's not forget Katie. I wouldn't have stayed there either. I'm sorry. I'm not. You just don't know how crazy some folks are in this world. I wouldn't have stayed there. At that time, with the vigil and all that going on, it was the height of this case, the height of the drama in this case. I'm glad they didn't stay. And I'm glad nothing happened to Seth, too.
That kind of hurt. Like, you want to talk about he's your stepson, but yet you don't want to show up for the vigil, and then you want to sit there and tell me vigils are for, for remembering the dead? No, that's a memorial, dumbass.
And then not only that, but there's all types of vigils, and it was a prayer vigil. It's prayer for
We
his
were
safe
more
return.
together and asked for God to enlighten us and to bring what is done in the dark to the light. And we were all there in one purpose. We were all there to ask God to bring Sebastian home, to show us where he is, to make sure that he's safe, to make sure that he's
I agree with that
being
to an
protected
extent too. Cray. I agree with that as well. Like, even though they left the house, and I know they left the house because it's been constantly monitored, that if Sebastian was to come home, somebody would know. But I also would have stayed my ass at home. I wouldn't have done what Chris and Katie did and left. But I get why they did, because it could have gotten dangerous. We seen how many YouTubers were riding by their house. Betty, Clue, Dolly, CJ, JLR, all the tragedy pimps,
by his angels. I am not there to protect him. I am asking God to protect him.
And that's what we should do. And everybody that's in the chat, why don't we put some prayer hands, some green hearts up, and
I like.
Yeah, Dad. And my whole thing is a lot of us creators don't reside in Tennessee. A lot of us creators don't rely on YouTube for income. If I did, I would more than be willing to go and help search. But I just can't.
I like the.
So I sit my fat ass behind this computer screen and I just correct the bullshit that these fools say.
Thank everybody in chat. I thank you for coming in this live stream. My apologies that I don't have more information. And there will be a day that I start this, and I'm going to have my son standing right next to me.
I wouldn't have left the house, Southern gal. I damn sure wouldn't have.
Paid off because he's home.
Yeah.
And keep him out.
I think it's smart.
Place.
Yeah, and I think it's smart.
Yeah, I agree. We have no idea how bad it got. They were showing their interior home from Zillow, which gives the layout of the home, right? Flying drones over their house, sending people to stalk them, including their little girl. It's true.
That you showing his baby photos, letting people know that, he is a child. He's a child that's loved, that, you want him to come home, people need to know.
Oh, so you human. Think maybe they did Infamous?
I feel like some people on social media sometimes feel, it's just it's just something on TV or something on a screen, but this really is a human being that was loved. And it's a huge loss with him out of your life right now. You're grieving a lot. You want your son here. So we need to be working together to try to find and locate him. He's somewhere.
He's somewhere. There is nothing but find Sebastian.
I agree.
Right.
I agree with this comment as well, Moonpatch. It could have led to the same street protests like in Quentin's case if they would have stayed. It absolutely could have.
So what I think we want to do, just so the audience understands, we are going to be going through all of the questions as a team. We haven't settled on the time that the show will be each week. We will work on that. We will get that out. I think, Seth, correct me if I'm wrong, we're working on having the show probably not on a weekend, but the same day and time each week. Is that correct?
It won't be the same time and day because once I go back to work, which I'm waiting, I've got doctor's appointments still. I have to be cleared by the doctor before I go back to work. But when I do go back to work, I don't have the same days off every week. My schedule is a 2-week schedule.
Okay.
So it's like if I'm off on Wednesday one week, I am not off Wednesday the following week.
So we're going to work to do a once a week type show or once every 2 weeks type situation once we figure that out, correct?
I want to keep everybody informed with any information that I'm allowed to share. I want people to get it from the horse's mouth. I don't want people getting false information from people that.
Well, I will say, Seth, you're lucky that law enforcement and the TBI have even decided to speak with you again.
Don't have a stake in this. I have a stake in this. This is my son. If I'm not going to fight for him, who is?
Absolutely. So what we'll do is we'll work together. Can't tell you guys in the audience how eternally grateful we are on behalf of
my God,
Betty and
tattoos.
myself, especially Betty, you've got a huge group of your supporters in here. We can't tell those folks how much we appreciate them as well. Appreciate everybody's kindness in the chat, everybody's support in the chat.
Live chat reminder.
Let's just remember.
Oh, and the thumbs up reminder too.
That this is about Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers,
Thank
15
you.
years
Love
old.
you.
If you do have any information, 1-800-TBI-FIND. Let's keep that in mind, and let's get refocused as a group, as Sebastian's Army, and let's bring this child home to his father.
Whoa! I was about to say I was about to pause this and say I can get along with that statement, Tony Mathis. Let's regroup. Let's start over. Let's get this child home. And then he made sure to throw in to his father.
Amen. Amen. And I just want to give a big shout out to all the mods out there as well. You
because they're Betty's mods.
guys did an amazing job tonight. You guys allowed 1,700 people to hear a message from Sebastian's father. And
I mean, it's really horrible when I get a text message from you all, like 2 hours before the show starts, going, "Hey, you got to get mods in because we already got fake people in chat."
Okay,
running their keyboard warriors, with their little false information and everything already in chat. And I'm like, the show hasn't even started yet, though. I'm like, okay. And then I go look, and I'm like, oh, wow, look.
Now, don't get me wrong. Just because I feel like Seth is a perpetrator of putting some of this false information out, this misinformation, I do think that he also sees misinformation that other people put out. Like they could be talking about Sebastian's favorite drink or his favorite snack, and he would know if that's true or not, right? So I do think he sees some things that are misinformation, but he definitely assists in the misinformation.
All this. I mean, if they were to put in a third of the effort they've been doing to make a new account to go hand out flyers,
amen.
Do something constructive.
Positive.
Absolutely.
If you're going to complain about something, come up with some solutions. That's what I'm saying.
Told me,
word, Betty. Word. You caused a lot of pain, a lot of problems when you took your ass to Tennessee.
You got a problem with something, you got to be willing to be part of it to change it.
Yep.
Yeah. Be a part of the solution, not the problem.
Well, I just want to thank you both, so much. Seth, it's probably time for you to go take some of your ibuprofen and go rest. He needs to rest. You did an amazing job, Seth. Just, a few days after surgery. I was wondering if this was going to even go forward because I'm like, he's having surgery Tuesday. Are we still on for Saturday? Are we sure we really want to? And he wants to talk about his son.
Hey, I wanted to take flyers up to the Ludacris concert on the 4th of July.
Yeah.
All right.
That would have been a great idea.
I mean,
that would have been a great idea. You mean to tell me, Seth, that you ain't got nobody around you, not even work friends, that would have came and got those flyers for you and took them and distribute them and put them on the windshields of cars at Ludacris concert? That would have been a great idea.
No, I won't accept defeat. My son deserves everything that I can give him and then some.
Amen.
Seth, brother, you got a lot of love here. We love you. Sebastian's Army.
I agree,
loves you.
Patch.
Do you want to close us out and tell everybody goodbye?
I want to thank everybody. And this is not goodbye. This is just, I will see you later.
Yeah, who took him to surgery and back? Good question.
Amen.
Right. Telling people goodbye. You do that at a funeral.
Absolutely.
Thank you, everybody. I appreciate it. Sebastian's Army. We will find him.
God bless.
All right. Yeah. I mean, I appreciated that slideshow. I thought that was the best part of this whole live. Pretty much everything else they talked about didn't matter to me. I will give credit where it's due, though. I will say Betty behaved herself pretty much for the most part on this live stream. I thought it was going to be way, way chaotic, and I'm glad it wasn't. Yeah, Ludacris. He said he was wanting to take flyers up to the Ludacris concert, and that would have been a great idea. He said, but he couldn't do it because his pain, his surgery. Well, you got plenty of people around you. I know you do. So why didn't you get them to go do it, No, it's not. I agree. I know, and those coworkers gave their PTO time to him. Yeah, it does. The slideshow was nice. Definitely helps people remember this is a real child. Like, that is what this is about. I heard her say that, and I love that. I love that. That's also a good idea. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, I think he does have someone's Southern gal. Yeah, Seth did. He mentioned it. Let me see. I might can since the live's been over for a minute. Give me a second. Might have to refresh it. All right, here we go. Let's see. Uh-oh. There's Oh, there it is. All right, hold on. Let my transcript pull up. Okay, Control F. And then human. Okay, let's see. Here it is.
Missing.
That's true.
There's a lot of things in the
Shouldn't be that.
I mean, that's fine. It's hot outside. Right after we end this live, they're going to be all over it.
Okay,
They're going to
here
be
it
throwing
goes.
as much shade as they can at me. That's fine. It's hot outside. It doesn't bother me. I mean,
It shouldn't be that way. Is my point. You know.
no, my son shouldn't be missing.
That's true.
There's a lot of things in this world that are wrong. That are just wrong. Human trafficking is wrong. You know,
Re-listening to that, why wouldn't he just say hurting children's wrong? Unaliving people is wrong. Why? I don't under. That's very pinpoint, isn't it?
doing things to children are wrong. You know, people being just mean and hateful is wrong. Wrong. They're going to be throwing as much shade as they can at me. That's fine. It's hot outside. It doesn't bother me. I mean,
It shouldn't be that way. Is my point. You know.
my son shouldn't be missing.
That's true.
There's a lot of things in this world that are wrong. That are just wrong. Human trafficking is wrong. You know.
And he hung up on that one too. All right, I'm gonna jot that down in my inside my brain theory that I don't say publicly. uh, so that's a little that timestamp was where he says that is at 55 minutes. So anybody who wants it or wants to go, dissect it themselves, here's the link. I haven't seen a map. Did you, Basic Brooke, did you send it tonight? That's what I said, Steph B. He looked just like a priest, didn't he? Yeah, 55 minutes, Southern gal. Y'all don't go nowhere. We finna go over. We finna jump over to the drama side of the Krama show. Okay. Honey's home. Well, he went back outside. I don't know. I might have. Cray, I might have. My brain theory, not period. My brain, I didn't say period. I said theory. Like I have these theories pertaining to Chris, pertaining to Katie, pertaining to Seth, that I have in my head that I would never repeat publicly. Loves. You want to open that thing later or you want to do it now?
I forgot it at work.
You said you had.
Freeman, go look for it.
He didn't get it?
No, he's going to go look for it.
Oh, I thought he was coming and bringing it to you in the parking lot. Okay. Yeah, right, Wispy? Everybody says hey. You didn't go and chat and tell them hey when I was on the phone with you.
Yes, I did.
We didn't see you.
Yes, they did.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh, well, then I didn't see you. My bad.
You didn't see me.
Yes. I agree. Absolutely. He's got my monster. Is that what he said in the chat or something? Like, did he say that out loud? I don't know. So I was alerted during the stream we were just watching. Yeah, Infamous just brought that up. Infamous said she's going to get the resources so that we when we do speak about it, we can know that we have proof, right? Receipts. Oh, yeah, I did ask him for a month. Yeah, I did. I do, Genevieve. I don't think he's deceased, in my opinion. That's not what I feel in my heart when I think about it. I think he was lured out for whatever reason. The reason he went out barefoot is because he thought he was just going to be coming right back inside. I think they snatched him and took off, but I think he's still alive. Okay, I absolutely will, Basic Brooke. Hey, Titanium. I absolutely will. Me too. Perfectly. We know how into these games, Minecraft, and he is probably into Roblox and all of that. And somebody could have just simply said, I got this limited edition game, and Sebastian could have been like, oh, I can't get that. My mom and stepdad won't get it for me. And they're like, oh, well, good thing I live close to you. Like something like that goes through my mind. Yes, we do. I did titanium built. All the shit you're seeing, though, it's not about me. I don't know if that's what you... The YouTube streets are on fire. Yeah, it is Nicole B. Hey, baby. By the way, it is very telling. Yeah. I do, Genevieve. So apparently I want to see how I want to address this. Okay, so we got a few things going on. Yeah, Dad, they still have his electronics. Me too, Wispy. I do have other theories. I'm just not so irresponsible as to put them out here like that, because that gets people's gears grinding and it just causes chaos. So we got a few things happening. We got Betty over here ranting and raving. Yes, Papa. I said Papa John's because I'm reading. Yeah, Dad. Oh, I'll have to look that one up perfectly. Oh, baby. Just warm your fries up. We got Betty ranting and raving. Look, I'll show y'all this. I love it when a piece of shit felon steals and hijacks a a live stream from a father of a missing kid. What piece of shit does that, Queen Bee? Oh, there's only one buzzing around. Oh, excuse me. Two of them buzzing around. I guess you truly have crossed over to the hate channels, Dolly. Woo! Ooh! For those who don't know, Queen did set up a live. I think she was going to go on at 7 or 9. I don't know. It was to review Seth's stream, but she was going to go live and review it as it went. And I thought she canceled the live. No. Turns out she pulled a tragedy pimp and went over there and put it on members only and streamed it under members only. You making money off that child? You're a tragedy pimp. This ain't the first time, though. Let me make y'all aware this is not the first time. If y'all remember, if we go back to Gannon, y'all remember when Zav Girl shared the link to Gannon's autopsy photos and the report in her Patreon. And it cost $3 to get into her Patreon. Well, one of Queen's friends paid that $3, got into the Patreon, and got the photos. This is the whole reason Voices broke up with the Hive. Because she said she couldn't stand by that because Queen had a couple of friends come in and look because she was outraged, right? She was completely fucking outraged. Well, Deets was live, and Queen and them went up on Deets' panel. They were telling Deets and Chasen about it, and they told Deets and Chasen to go back there and look. So then Deets and Chasen, they didn't really, because they were live, they didn't go back there and look for long. It was like just a few seconds. They came back. They seen all they needed to see. Well, Queen was completely fucking outraged because she kept saying Gannon's privates were showing. So when I heard that, I went on, I think Queen and them had jumped down or something, and I was on replay, but Deets was still live. So when I heard that, because I had already seen the photos, because she showed me them. She brought me back there to see them. I went to Deets's live when I was replaying it, and I seen what had happened, and I felt the need to go up there and let Deets know that no, there were no genitals showing. And Deets was like, what? Queen was saying his genitals were showing. And I was like, you know, that was the whole big outrage. Like, everybody was talking about what's that called? Like the morbid, what do they call that? Gore porn or something like that. Everybody was talking about that. There was somebody somewhere in somebody else's Patreon talking about it looked like a little white marshmallow. That is all bullshit. That outrage was bullshit. So I told Deets, and then Deets and Chasen looked it up for themselves, came back with a post saying that they were completely wrong, that you could not, you indeed could not see Gannon Stout's genital area, pelvic region. So I thought, okay, well, maybe, you know, things will calm down. But things got even worse. Because Queen kept going live about it over and over and over, having these long ass streams. And it was kind of causing like a cancel Zav type of thing, right? Well, even if you go back to those streams, you can see me in Queen's chat saying in the comments, I was in the chat, like every time she would say you could see his genitals, I would type in that that's not true. You could not see his genitals. Then it got to a point, I guess she got tired of me doing that. So she called me up. She's like, baby, I'm going to need you to come back and look at these photos because you can see his genitals. And I said, okay, whatever. I go back in there and she was like, see, you can see his genitals. I was like, I don't see any genitals there because there wasn't any. It was the angle of the camera. The angle of the camera was showing from his head down his body. You could not see anything. Nothing. So she created this whole theory that the gore porn and all of that for nothing. So and that was one of my big, big, big issues. Outside of the Deets and Nunya stuff that went on, the biggest thing for me that really kind of made me want to step away from the Hive was that. It was like, oh my God. And I can't say I was silent because I wasn't. Did I strike up a live and call her out about it? No, I didn't. Should I have? Probably. Did I go on her panel and call her out about it? No, I didn't. But I did go on Deetz's panel and I did correct it in her chat every time she said it. On one of the pictures there was a towel and one of the pictures there was not a towel, but there was not a towel because you couldn't see anything. Ellie knows this, and I'm not trying to drag Ellie into it. I'm just saying, like, a few of these people knew in the background that Queen was fluffing this up for nothing. Ellie knew, I knew, Deets knew, Chasen knew, my mama knew, my daddy knew. So, I'm just saying, you cannot call tragedy pimps out if you, my love, are a tragedy pimp. Just saying. Like, I remember, oh my God. I would get so fired up. And, Grain knew. I think Willow knew back then. I'm not sure. This isn't to make anybody pissed off, Cray Cray. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is it made me think of the Gannon case because she was just streaming Seths content under members only. That's a tragedy pimp. If anybody else did that, we'd call them a tragedy pimp. And it just made me think about what else has she done that is tragedy pimp like. And that's one of the things. Like, the Gannon thing is the biggest thing for me. I was like, oh my God, I cannot believe this. Look, Basic Brooke said, I remember. I feel, Yeah, a lot of us did know behind the scenes. And without calling her out, like Chasen and Deets made a statement without calling Queen out, because it didn't need to be a call out situation. They made a statement correcting themselves, saying, no, you absolutely cannot see his genital area. So, in my opinion, a tragedy pimp covering a tragedy pimp, no, I'm good. When I found out she put it on members only, I was like, wow, tonight, her live tonight. No, you wasn't crazy, Brooke. You was not crazy. Yeah, it is tragedy warts. Like, like what Zap Girl did was fucked. It was fucked. Don't get me wrong. It was fucked. But to make it worse by claiming that you could see his genitals when you knew, it's almost like she thought bringing me back into the StreamYard to see the photo again, like she could be like, look, Johnson, see, you can see that I was just going to catch the drift to say, oh, yeah, I guess you kind of can. No, I didn't. And every time she spoke about it, I corrected it in her chat. Yeah, that's what I was just told. She closed down the members only one and struck up a public live because she got called out. Not only did Bullhorn Betty call her out. Let me go over here. Let me share this tab. Savage called her out as well. Now, I can't say that this is specifically to Queen, but I'll show you why I think it's to Queen. One of the comments is gone. I don't know where it went. Somebody said, whose eyeballs? The Queen played Seth's live under members only, if that's what you mean. What happened to Queen's 2 lives 30 minutes apart that never showed? Oh, Corky. They were in members only, babe. Juno. Who? I want to know. I'm nosy. Queen. Whose mask? Queen? Question mark. And Savage responded with a little devil face. That's not, I mean, look, she ain't saying names. She doesn't want to cause that big of a problem. I get it. But since we're trying to be as authentic and honest as we can, we're gonna call it out, right? We're gonna say something about it. So let me show you this. And then we're gonna watch Betty's. Have y'all sorry, y'all. Have y'all ever heard Savage laugh on 2x speed? It's fucking hilarious. I love it. I'll show y'all.
Let me do this. There we go. Sounds good? Okay. Hello. How are y'all? Thank y'all for joining us. I got news for some people. You can still get hit behind a paid wall. Just saying.
Just saying.
Just saying. So go ahead if you want to.
Go ahead.
I'm just saying. I'm doing it old school.
That's
we
right.
are watching it. We ain't restreaming it. We are watching it like we did before. Remember? Welcome to the main deck, Nicole. Thank you. We appreciate it. Thank you so much. It's storming out here a little bit. That's why I ain't outside. I had to come in the house, y'all. Had some storms rolling in. I know, right, Uber? This is like, I ain't getting hit this way. Them others, let them get hit.
Mm-hmm.
You be crying because you're down for 7 days.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Roxy. Thank you so much.
That's right. Clue, I think, even posted a community tab that said, listen, I ain't finna restream this dude while he's still live. Because old Bullhorn over there is going to teach him how to strike, and I ain't trying to get struck. I can respect that shit. And I'm just glad, even though she ain't saying names, I'm just glad people are starting to pay attention. Let's see. And then Betty, I heard she was live going off, so that's what we're going to go over to now. And somebody did go and check. I got some private, some Discord stuff to show y'all in just a minute, but from Clue's Discord. Someone messaged me a little bit ago and said that members only that Queen was streaming of Seth's is gone, so she probably privated it. All right, let's see what Betty's talking about. She was upset.
And jingling to whatever. But I really thought that was a good live from, with Seth. I think Tony managed that well, very, very well. The mods in the chat, very, very well. I know that people are going to tear it apart. That's what they do. But,
No, I wasn't, Genevieve.
Like Seth's channel.
No. I wasn't. I came into Queen when Kylie Rodney's case was going. And I really felt like I found my people. And then I was brought into the private group and I still felt like I found my people. And then later, slowly, now this was like over the whole year and a half, little things, but the Gannon thing for me was huge.
Channel's not monetized. You know what I'm saying? And two people, one that's the first to talk about tragedy pimps.
I know
right?
she's
Being a
covering her
tragedy pimp,
boobies because she ain't got a bra on.
right? Literally displaying how much of a tragedy pimp she is literally disgusting. So you think you are entitled to make money off this man's child when he has a non-monetized account that you steal and hijack
Wow, you call out other people for doing it.
his show. I just thought that was in poor taste. To literally turn a profit when the actual father is running a live stream, you thought it was smart to turn a profit on his situation
Over on Clues, I'm sure.
on his live.
No,
To literally
I've been saying for this whole thing, nobody should be giving these parents platforms, period. Unless you can do it the way Dutchie did it and have just like a real interview with no talk of the side, the circus going on the side, then you shouldn't do it. So far, Dutchie's the only one I've seen do it and do it right.
pull viewership from them so you can have profit, I think is really despicable and deplorable. I don't know what other thing. I mean, it's one thing to steal a content creator's live, which is illegal anyways, right? So you're breaking the rules.
Well, it's
by
not
that. So
illegal.
clearly, so these felons.
Betty, it's not illegal to restring somebody. It's not a law, stupid.
And deplorable. I don't know what other thing. I mean, it's one thing to steal a content creator's
She is
live,
Genevieve.
which is illegal anyways, right? So you're breaking the rules by that. So so these felons on YouTube don't mind breaking the law, but they're trying to somehow tell us that they're reformed or something. I'm just trying to figure it out. I don't know.
She's saying these felons. Now, I don't know if Dolly's a felon, but Queen and Dolly are who she called out in this community post. I wonder if Dolly knows.
I know it's all smoke and mirrors, right? It's all about the dollar bill, y'all. Even though this tragedy pimp queen, right, doesn't likes to point it out to everybody, literally dogs a father of a missing child and hijacks his life. Disgusting. But what do you expect from a nasty ass felon that likes to do things?
Look at Dutchie hanging out in the background with her beautiful self. I am well. I hope you're doing well too, love. Give them puppies some love. Give that puppy some love.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, not going to get into the drama of it. Just shame on them.
Oh,
on them.
and
What do you
Queens, when they had them up on her platform, is that what you're talking about? Oh, shit. I'm sorry that happened. I didn't think Dolly was a felon, so I don't know who else she's talking about. The only one who's a felon, I think, that was restreaming it was Queen. So maybe she's just pluralizing it.
What do you expect? They're despicable people. I'm sorry, but you don't do that to a father for profit. It's one thing to run it after the fact, but especially Dolly, he's the first one that tells you he's going to strike your channel if you don't give him 24 hours. You know what I'm saying? First person to say, if you run my stuff
absolutely
before 24 hours, I'm striking your stuff.
KCG, absolutely. Uh-oh, what did she just say? Strike my shit. I'm fair use and girl. Hold on. What did she say?
Especially Dolly, he's the first one that tells you he's going to strike your channel if you don't give him 24 hours. You know what I'm saying? First person to say, if you run my stuff before 24 hours, I'm striking your stuff.
He does do that.
And you would literally turn a profit over a main, like he's not turning profit, right? He's not and he doesn't have a monetized account, but I guarantee Dolly collected. I don't watch him anymore, so I wouldn't even know what he's collecting. But
girl, Dolly's is monetized. They were sending in super chats.
I know he's getting the viewership over this garbage he's peddling out. But that's fine. Whatever.
She's gonna be real mad when she see there was some super chats.
I just think it's disgusting and despicable that people do that. We're here to try to find as well. They're not here for that. They're here for the clicks and views and the drama. The drama queen herself stealing.
Miss Regina, thank you very much. We're going over the chaos, the crumma, the drama of the true crime. Thank you. Mind your business.
Stealing a missing boy's father's life.
Oh,
you want us.
I was like, damn, Dolly is monetized. What is she talking about? Oh, Seth isn't monetized. No, but that's exactly what he's wanting to do.
to believe that you are a upstanding citizen. You show us what piece of fucking shit you are. Nasty ass. So glad.
Okay, Spudler. Spudler said she's going to be transferring them onto a channel called Knowledge is Power soon. At the moment, I'm creating one about keeping toddlers from running off in public. That's so awesome of you, Spudler. It really is.
I'm going to stick it to you sooner or later. Sooner or later. And I can't wait because that'll be my karma, baby. That'll be my karma. You are just a horrible, despicable woman. And I wish nothing but
I don't know, Basic Brooke. I don't need YouTube money. Share.
I to be honest with you, just trash. Ghetto trash. Just ghetto trash. Why don't you tell her to turn her damn
You do you, boo-boo. That's right. There goes a super chat. Gang. Thank you, Southern Gal.
Twerk that ass. Come on. Twerk that ass. Come on. Twerk that ass. Come on. Twerk that ass. Move that ass. Let the right go work that ass. Twerk that ass. Come on. Twerk that ass. Come on.
Thank you for that, babe. Rest in peace, George.
camera on and face her audience. Horrible, despicable woman. And I wish nothing but bad karma to you. To be honest with you, just trash. Ghetto.
That's kind of mean, Betty. I don't like her either, but I wouldn't wish nothing but bad karma on her. Shit.
Trash. Just ghetto trash. Why don't you tell her to turn her damn camera on and face her audience? I bet
I agree.
you'd find a lot of lies just by her body language on camera, wouldn't you? Maybe that's why she turned the camera off so much.
Says the body language expert.
Either way, it doesn't matter. This is just going to give her a reason to put my name in her title to get another 10,000 views. She could never be me. And they're both trash. Shame on both of them. But I'm glad
Can y'all drop Spudler's link?
Humanize Sebastian. I'm glad he got to let us see
see
Sebastian
you, Pearl.
and remember what it's really about. This is his baby. I think that really was, I really think that was put
Who
out
did? Oh, over on this stream, on Seth's stream?
with the photos. I think those photos, in a way, was to show this is his baby. His son, just like you. You're all your kids. No matter how old we get, we're still somebody's baby. We're still somebody's baby, and no matter how old we get, we're still somebody's baby. And just shame on the two creators that literally stole this man's story for profit. Like, that's just disgusting. But this is a woman that also
They sure did. I came in an hour late. The live was like 3 minutes from ending when I went live.
Pictures up and starts criticizing people for using a picture and uses the exact same picture, or tells people and makes a big stink and selective outrage over pictures of a young boy named Gannon Stout, and yet creators that
she brought up Gannon too. Oh my god,
we're still somebody's baby. We're still somebody's baby, and no matter how old we get, we're still somebody's baby. And just shame on the two creators that literally stole this man's story for profit. Like, that's just disgusting. But this is a woman that also throws the pictures up and starts criticizing people for using a picture and uses the exact same picture, or tells people and makes a big scene.
And what she's talking about right there is Queen will act like she's outraged about something. Like, you want to know the queen of fake outrage? It is the queen. Because she will be completely outraged that somebody put a picture of Katie and Faith up on the screen and not blur Faith's face. So you're doing the same thing, dummy. And she's done that several times with several different things. People just don't pay attention, or either they pay attention and don't want to call it out.
And selective outrage over pictures of a young boy named Gannon Stout, and yet steals those photos and passes them around on her Discord. I mean, what do we expect from a woman like that?
She didn't pass them around on her Discord. She just had a couple of us come up and look at them. The people I know who seen them was that girl, me, Deets, Chasen, Voices was invited. I think NorCal, maybe. No, NorCal I don't think seen them, but she was in there listening to us. She didn't want to see them. I don't know if Cappy did. Please help me, Facebook.
Right? What do we expect from a piece of shit like that? It sounds like all she's about is the money. She just, as long as nobody else is making money and she's making the money. That's all she cares about. She showed that tonight. She didn't care about this father. She didn't care about this case. She didn't care about the victim. And she made a profit. If that's not tragedy, Pimpin', I don't know what it is. So welcome to the Hall of Fame, bitch. You made it.
Oh, shit! Drop the mic. She should have ended it right here. Oh, dummy. Drop the mic. Welcome, bitch.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
It says she had to do this weird ass clap. I need it. You gotta learn something, girl.
Guys, clap. Clap. Come on, let's clap it out for them. I mean, just when you don't think that dirtbags can get lower, they stoop to another level of mud.
You seeing this shit, Shady?
Sebastian, that was so sweet. Those photos were so endearing.
They were.
And you know what?
I do agree
Seth
with
had a right
that.
to show those. Those assholes had no right. Had no right. None. Clap. I mean, she's been waiting for it, right? She can't make her own fucking content, right? Don't know how to do that. Has to steal everybody else's and has to complain about it because she has nothing to give. She's got no education. She's got no smarts. She's got no book smarts. She's got literally nothing but hot air filled with a whole bunch of pot up here.
Hey. You're right about everything on that part, except the pot.
Right? Light them up if you got one.
Yep.
Light them up if you
Light them up if you got them. I'm lighting mine right now.
got one. They suck. I hope that whoever is subscribed to them after this poor display tonight, I hope you guys unsubscribe. That was disgusting. How do you steal content from a father of a missing child for profit? For profit. For profit. There you go with the real me too. And maybe middle fingers.
Donna, that'd be funny, wouldn't it?
That was awful. That was so tacky. That was so white trash. That was so ghetto.
I agree.
That was so ghetto. What do you expect from people
Spudler.
that sling drugs and do shit like that, right?
She don't sling drugs no more. Cut that out, Betty. This is why y'all are in a lawsuit. Actually, you're in a lawsuit because you're shady as fuck. It's a pointless lawsuit. It's not going to stop anything. It's not going to stop. It's not going to stop Betty from suing anybody else later. Absolutely not. It's not going to save the community. But this kind of shit that you're talking right now is going to work against you, boo.
I don't know. What can I say? I guess sue me, bitch. Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Holla. Thank you for renewing. And thank you. Holla's 5 months in. Smoke them if you got them. Look, she loves when we talk about our bud. Lisa, 4 months in. Bet you don't know ghetto. Stop it. I'm going to have to clip it. Oh, man.
Okay. Well, I think that was this poor display, but I'm so thankful that Seth got his voice. I'm so thankful that Seth is taking control back from these monsters. Life facts, you can take a hike. I really don't care. Like you matter nothing to me. If you got hit by a bus tomorrow, I would not care. And they can click that and take that to the bank. Oh my God, Betty doesn't care. I don't
She does. I think that some bud would do her good.
have to care. I don't know you. See how easy that is? And guess what? I'm going to sleep just fine.
Always,
I'll
Aries.
probably sleep better dreams without
Always.
busting you. Just saying. Making victims of others so they themselves don't feel like a victim, constantly lashing out. That's the control. You tell them, idiots, Betty, I missed it. I had company, but I can see. Well, she already turned it off. She knows she was going to get struck. So she already turned it off. It doesn't matter. It goes toward behavior for me. So she does it to everybody. She can't make her own damn content. She's profiting off of people.
Perfectly said. Excuse me. Skirt. Hold up. She's from Skid Row. Come on now. Don't forget, y'all.
Right? And trust me, after this,
she's a thug.
Not done. Like she doesn't even understand. Like we're gonna be going for copyright after this. She hasn't quit stealing from me yet. That $70,000 is not going to last her. I can promise you that. And they can click that, and her attorney can run to the they're trying to tattle on me now, saying, "Oh my God, Betty says she's going to come here and file this." Yeah, you damn right. You damn right, because I have a right to protect myself. Period. That's what the law is there for. So cry a river, build a bridge.
What, Aries?
Good luck.
What do they have in common? Aries said, "What does Biden and Bullhorn have in common?"
Until this shit stops, I'll keep going. So thank you for making it.
As long as Queen Fair uses shit that she covers about Betty, she can't. I mean, she can copyright her, but Queen can appeal it and will always win as long as she fair uses it. And Queen's really good about that. So
thank you, guidance. Thank you. It gets me hot under the collar. Like this is a man that raised this boy, and you literally stole his content.
Did somebody? Oh, Southern gal. Did you say Nancy Grace? I think you said Nancy Grace.
I'm trying to get rich before I leave about this bitch. I'm trying to have things, but it's hard.
He knows. He knows. He knows. Oh my God. Thank you. Thank you, Nancy. We appreciate that performance.
While it was happening for profit, not after. Not after. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. I hope this boy's found soon.
Listen, for real, I think it really would do Betty some good, but I think it will do everybody some good. You know what I'm saying? PTSD, get you some bud. Arthritis, get you some bud. You know, sleep issues, insomnia, get you some bud. So I believe bud's for everything. It's good for everything. And she needs to just mellow down a little, and she should stop making pot sound like it's like dope. It's nowhere near that shit. Now I know my dad calls it dope. He's from that generation. He's been a law enforcement officer for 30 years. So he's stuck in that mindset. We talk and talk and talk to dad about it, and he doesn't change his mind. Pot's dope. Dope is dope. It's bad either way. You know what I'm saying? So I get that. He was trained that way. That's how his brain has been trained. But I think it would do her a little good to get some bud and some Dioc. Tell me I'm wrong. Or I need to come up with a name for Vag.
I'm gonna get it all up in your vag. Get it up in your vag with my dick. With my dick. Gonna put it in with my dick.
Yeah, Betty could definitely benefit.
What it's all about. You know, this boy being found. But Seth, what I would recommend to you is
I'm gonna put it all in your vag. I'ma put it in your vag with my dick. With my dick.
Send them a letter. You don't have to go through YouTube just to send them a letter to remove it. And if they don't remove it in accordance with the millennial, stuff, I would start a lawsuit. You just got to register. The Bullhorn Betty channel will pay for your registration to the copyright board. It's $60.50. We'll copyright that live, and we'll go after the bad actors. And since it wasn't copyrighted before, it's $7,500. But hey, $7,500 is a lot of shirts, a lot of flyers, and a lot of bands, wristbands. Just saying. And you get that twice because you got two people. So that's going to be like $15,000.
So corny. You sound like Clue trying to sue somebody. We don't forget. We'll get into that. Lauren, I swear to God, I should give a course in pot because there's a stage of anxiety, paranoia that comes with smoking bud, but it's only a stage. It may feel like the first 2 months you do it is like that, and it's because that's true. Like, until your brain and body gets used to it completely, you do have those moments of paranoia. It will make it worse if you already suffer from anxiety. But it's worth it to go through the phase. There's stages. It's worth it to go through that first stage. My mama, she'll tell you.
That was clear stealing of content. So you don't have. I just want
my
to make sure
best friend does too tattoos. My best friend does too. It's okay.
Just to let you know. I wonder if what they did is considered cyber crimes.
No,
I don't think it's cyber. I mean, I wish it was cyber crimes, but it's copyright infringement. So, I mean, I guess there's a lot of different laws. It's just how you plead it, So if there's case law supporting different things, and she strikes people.
Delta's a little different. I don't know how to explain it. Maybe I shouldn't be a bud coach or a bud teacher because I would know how. Delta is like a piece of it. Like, it's not actually pot. And I don't know, but I do take Delta 9 gummies. I smoke flower, and do Delta 9 gummies.
People had to. I know. She's an idiot. She's an uneducated woman. You guys understand this lady could not even get a job at the 7-Eleven. You know, she couldn't even get a job at a 7-Eleven. At least Dolly could get a job at the 7-Eleven. I'm just saying. Not talking employees at the 7-Eleven. I'm just saying. You know, I know a woman that started out at McDonald's and became the freaking not the CEO, but like ended up owning one of her own McDonald's, making millions of dollars a year.
Waffle House will send you to college. Did y'all know that?
I
Waffle House will send you to college. I've had a few crackhead relatives go to that college.
Work with multi-million dollars. I can pass FBI level 2 background checks.
Haven't we, Dad?
I've had an insurance license that I can redo. I have a real estate license I can redo. Both require
chemical.
FBI background
There you
check. I doubt
go.
this lady here.
It's the chemical compound, but it's not the whole. Does that make sense?
Past that. She'll never be able to hold an actual license of anything with her background.
Lowe's too?
Dolly has so many people in there. It made me sick to my stomach.
No, she can't hold any kind of licensure. She lost her stuff. She talked about it the other day. Queen did that. She lost her certificates. I think she lost her CNA stuff, I believe.
Dolly's shit. Now we know who Dolly is. What can I say? He's not true crime. He's not true crime. Maybe he needs to go back into entertainment, you know? Screwing the people.
Well, he kind of does say that. Like, he speaks out both sides of his mouth because he does say that he's true crime, but he also gives that disclosure that that nothing's factual. It's all rumors, speculation, and for entertainment purposes. So he talks out both sides of his mouth.
People's lives. I never knew Dolly could do that. But I guess over time, people show their own stripes.
They sure did. They sure did. They went to Waffle House College. They doing good now, running their own Waffle House. Got new Tifas. Sure did.
So I unscribed for a lot.
I know, Sonny.
I stopped talking to everybody over this case because I saw people making up stories. I saw people that I used to. Jay's for Justice. Let's just name them, right? Let's throw it all out there. Let them all attack me. I don't really crap. I've been dealing with this shit for 3 years. Right? Jay's
Right,
for Justice makes up shit all the time. You got freaking T-Rev. You got
Uh-oh, she's calling a lot of people out. Woo, woo, woo. What do we, let's see who she's calling out.
People that I used to. Jay's for Justice. Let's just name them, right? Let's throw it all out there. Let them all attack me. I don't really crap. I've been dealing with this shit for 3 years. Might as well tell the truth, right? Jay's for Justice makes up shit all the time. You got freaking T-Rev. You got JLR making having these troll accounts, creating the news for himself. All this
Girl, we know how you feel about JLR. You don't need to go any further.
stuff was like
But you will.
literally came out in this case. Every bit of it came out in this case. I got ties with just about everybody. I don't want no part of that. I had no idea that shit was going on. I heard about that stuff when I first came on, and I'm like, who does that? Like with the billboards and stealing money for the billboards. I'm like, who does that? But I didn't realize some of these people are on some significant substances.
Hold on. What did she says stealing money for the billboards? What is she talking about? What's my speed on? I need to slow her fast ass down.
Having these troll accounts, creating the news for himself. All this stuff was literally came out in this case.
Oh, Dad missed it. JLR, have you seen his new honey? Let me show you his new honey. Ooh, let me show you. Dad missed it. JLR dumped Betty like a year ago, Dad. She's just now tripping because she found out she knew who Magnolia was, but it's just now more public. He's just now being more public, if you may, that they are together and they are a team, and she is pissed about it. Let me see. Does he not show or link Magnolia on anything? Let me check his community. There she is. Let me show you this.
All right, we're live.
Look at her. Now, she ain't the most gorgeous thing in the world. None of us are, but she is a cutie patootie. She is. I agree, Peanut. Yeah, all poor Betty. Ain't she cute, Dad? Nope. She ain't gonna get no JLR Dioc. Nope, not anymore. He said, And she is mad.
You gonna take that dick? You gonna take that dick, huh? I'm gonna pop off a piece of my dick.
You gonna take that dick? pop off a piece of my dick. Ain't she cute though?
We are live. Hello, 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 everyone.
Good
Yellow
evening.
investigates. Magnolia investigates.
Hello, everyone.
Saturday evening.
The dream team. Anyways.
Bit of it came out in this case. I cut ties with just about everybody. I don't want no part of that. I had no idea that shit was going on. I heard about that stuff when I first came on, and I'm like, who does that?
He
You know,
does.
even with the billboards and stealing money for the billboards, I'm like, who does that? But I didn't realize some of these people are on some significant, substance. And you wouldn't even know it.
Spoiler.
You kind of do know it. You just think it's mental illness or something else. And that they're acting like they're master manipulators. Oh, we love Summer Wells. We need to get these billboards up, and money just rolls in, $40,000.
Oh, the people who stole that was Tiffany Marie that stole the billboard check, wasn't it?
Everything gone. No billboards. I don't know if it was 40,000. I can't remember what it was. It was some.
From what I heard, from what I've heard, he's kind of him and Jules broke up or something, and she kind of like turned out to, I don't know. And so then he started dating a girl that his friend knew or introduced him to, and supposedly they got serious, and then they ended up moving in together. He's out there living his best life. Good for him. Good job, Boston.
Yeah, Justin cares. Both of the Justins cares. Justin on TikTok as well as Justice for All. I never complained about them caring. Not being a Karen, about caring.
Hold on. Did she just say Justin on TikTok is just as bad as Justin for All?
They're acting like they're master manipulators. Oh, we love Summer Wells. We need to get these billboards up, and money just rolls in, $40,000.
Oh, okay.
Everything gone. No billboards. I don't know if it was 40,000. I can't remember what it was. It was some significant amount of money. Yeah, Justin cares.
I have
Both
no
of Justin
idea.
cares. Justin on
I
TikTok.
need to reach out to Boston because we stopped talking when me and Queen divorced, but I think about him all the time. I need to reach out to him.
As well as Justice for All. I never complained about them caring. Not being a Karen, about caring. Low class bunch, buddy. They are. I don't know what, but we expected it from the nasty lady. We expected it from her, right? But Dolly used to be one of us, and he's just completely flipped to a hate channel. Actually, most of them have. They're attacking.
Now, Dolly had, he was covering it, and he was being a little angry. Oh, Lord.
An innocent father. It makes me sick because he doesn't want anything to
Not
do with it. And
angry
you know
as
what?
in, angry. He was just, talking mad shit.
Obviously, he was absolutely right in assessing their character and not having anything to do with them, because look at how they treat him. They would rather focus on him and make money off of him, an innocent father, than putting blame where blame's due. A mother cannot produce her son. A mother cannot produce her son. So why is nobody looking at that? Why are they so focused on an innocent man in a true crime case? There's a reason. You know why? Because they prevented them from having access to him with this nonsense. That's exactly why. I have been on Team Seth and Team Sebastian, and you know what? It sucks because you know what? There are two teams. There are two teams. I'm not going to sit here and act like there are not. It should only be about Team Sebastian, but at the end of the day, we got two parties that are deceiving people and a child missing from their home, and they cannot produce a child.
This bitch.
At the end of the day, that's the truth. So why are we focusing on a man that was inside a jail on camera?
Sweet dreams.
Oh, because he has a spokesperson.
Have a good night.
How in the heck is that anybody's decision but Seth's? Let somebody out tell me if one of my family members are missing and I use somebody and somebody comes to me.
Okay, it was not Tiffany Marie. It was 423 Chase.
Crap. Let me tell you where to go real quick.
Thanks, Steve.
I just don't get it. I really don't. And it's just very upsetting because we had such a good live stream and that Seth deserved that live stream.
Oh, that's where I got it mixed up because she did the check that was donated for the reward. Okay, gotcha.
That's his son. That was his baby he was showing on that screen. He was showing that to the world so the world will not forget his son. Not for people to steal the content as it's being streamed for
Deets. Did I tell you I'm getting sued? Make sure you come to the end of the stream when you replay tomorrow.
profit.
Actually, I'll just send it in DMs.
If anybody should get a profit off that stream, it should be Seth. Which reminds me, mods, why don't you guys put Seth's Cash App down in my chat and keep posting it periodically? If anybody would actually like to donate to Seth, where he actually has to buy signs and flyers and wristbands that he gives away for free, you know, and you know, those wristbands are they cost some money. Those yard signs cost some money. And the flyers cost money that people are just ripping off the poles. The sooner you put them up, the sooner they come down. It makes it a little odd. Why is people tearing these signs down? You know?
They're not Steph. She's got them sitting on like a blanket or pillow right there. Where's the dog? Where is Delilah? I just now thought, where is Delilah?
It's just sad. But I want to know, for the two creators that decided to hijack his live,
yes,
and he didn't make any money, where are you planning on donating your proceeds from tonight? Are you planning on donating them for new flyers? Are you planning on donating that money to the National
Clue suing me, y'all.
Center for Missing and Exploited Children? Where do you plan on donating the money that you made off of his live?
Yeah.
That he had no profit off of.
Yeah. Did you donate the money on the live you did the interview on?
Just curious. And I think
just
the
curious.
644 people in my chat should be asking these two creators that very thing.
No.
Where are they planning on
It's just a threat. I'm not actually getting sued.
Spending the money. I would prefer it going to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. It's a nonprofit. I'll let them get the tax credit.
I got an anonymous email, guys.
Right? We'll let them take the tax credit for doing the right
while
thing.
I was live tonight, while we were doing this, the first half of the live, I got an anonymous email.
That was disgusting. That was so freaking white trash, ghetto, nasty, disgusting behavior.
Send me that real quick.
From somebody I used to call a friend.
I'd have to go back and find it. Send it to me perfectly.
If anybody would like to donate to the actual father that has not been working, that just had surgery, that these two animals
never mind.
Basically, that was his show. If he chose not to take money from it, that was his choice. For somebody to take a profit, that's I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. You couldn't wait 24 hours. You couldn't have followed your own damn rules. You guys make me sick.
I mean, y'all all make me sick. Everybody's used to hearing me say that about Dolly and Betty, but it's still throwing people for a loop when I talk about Queen and the tragedy pimp and stuff. Like, it's like, listen, your heart pumps puppy piss because I ain't tripping. I took my power
So
back.
Seth's Cash App is right there. But you know what? On a good note, now that I got my complaining out of the way, let's talk about positivity, because that really was.
I know. I wonder, is it on forward face camera where she can see herself, or is she not? It has to be, because she's reading the chat. So how the hell would she not know her titties are sagging in the screen?
That we were trying to convey is positivity and bringing it back to Sebastian. And of course, there's going to be some, ghetto problems. And either way, I think that the show went off without a hitch, because Seth did that all by himself. Okay. Now,
you know what, Spudler? I agree with that. I absolutely agree with that. The only time I have a problem with people making money with true crime cases is when they are blatantly and knowingly putting out wrong information. That's the only time I have a problem with it.
Things earlier in the day just to but he ran that whole show himself, his photos and everything. He did all by himself. Like, this was literally his first live stream he did. And I thought he, just on the face of it, he did amazing. He absolutely did amazing. The photos of Sebastian, I thought were adorable. I didn't realize, it is like that though. It seems like, and I said this since I was a kid. It always seemed like the chunkier babies always grew up to be the thinner adults. Has anybody ever noticed that?
That's true.
Like all of the really thin babies end up being a little fluffy. I don't know if I was a chunky baby or not. I guess my mommy will have to tell me. I know I had a thick head of hair, and I know I drooled. I don't know if I drooled, but I know I spit up a lot of milk. I don't know, but I know as I'm getting older, as I get older, I drool a little more. But I gotta tell you, that was those photos. Oh my!
Where's
goodness,
Delilah?
Precious.
Where is Delilah? Okay, girl, let's get through this now. I'm gonna speed her back up, y'all. I'm gonna speed her back up.
Good gracious, those photos were precious, and that boy always smiling, except in that one video when he was like, or whatever, the one with his little cheeks and those steel blue eyes. He looked so serious. I don't know, it looked cute, but you could definitely see Sebastian's face, his adult face in all those little photos. It was I don't know, it was really, really, really super, super cute. Give me just a second. I don't want to put moderation on. Hold on, give me just a second. There we go. I just wanted to see. I know I missed a few things. A little sweet thing. Welcome. Sweet Misery. Both of you guys. Welcome to. Well, you guys aren't new to the coffee club, but thank you. Thank you. We love you. Oh, Jen, thank you. Put the clappy hands up. But that was just really good. That was garbage. That was just white trash shit. I refuse to clap for folks who choose money over morals. God will bring blessings to those who haters hate on. Bring on the hate just causes God to show up and show out for his children. Amen. Thank you for that. Oh, thank you, Jen. Jen donated one Bullhorn Betty gifted membership. I have quit watching a lot of creators because of Seth bashing. I only watch you and maybe 2 others. But why is everybody, why is everybody bashing Seth? To me,
I was the chunkiest baby, and I'm still fat as fuck. So it don't always work that way. Caden was a chunky baby too, and he's also still a chunky dog.
If he was acting out, he has other underlying disorders. They're making fun of a man that has underlying disorders.
I agree, Dad.
And just what
I agree. If she'd just keep her fucking mouth shut, she'd be all right looking. And when she does herself up, like actually does herself up, she looks better too. I don't think I think if I didn't know Betty would not be an unattractive woman to me. And her hair actually looks okay right here. It doesn't, like she's trying to grow it out so that she can cut the dead ends off. So
through surgery, and they just hijacked his freaking life for profit. It's disgusting. They won't, Misty. Misty says YouTube needs to strip those folks of money from their shows and give it to him. They won't. Seth deserves it. He does. That's why I put his Cash App up.
Ooh, Grandma.
Screw that. Seth had no monetization. I want to make that very clear for everybody here. Seth literally had no monetization on his channel. None.
Oh, it's when I do a comment like that one?
And they stole his content to make a buck. Kathy, my mods throw stuff in there. That wasn't something Seth asked. And either way, it doesn't matter. He has the bulk of the cost, lady. I can't with you. You know what? Don't ever come back to my show again. I can't with stupidity. You're justifying somebody stealing a man's content for profit when it's his missing son that he gave the name Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers to. Kathy, you are part of the problem here on YouTube.
That titty is falling hard to the left.
Go back to the ghetto.
Betty.
Go back to the ghetto. We don't want your
boobs up.
We don't want your kind of boobs. So
there you go.
And people, I don't really care what they do to me, but you're attacking a father of a victim.
Like the Cash App drops are
I really
the
don't
mod's
care
job.
if something hard hits your head. You don't do that.
Calm
Maybe
your
you
tits,
need something to knock
ma'am.
some sense into you.
Skirt. Hold
That's
up.
just
Calm
awful.
your titties.
Nobody can say I've ever done no crap like that. Not one person on here can ever say that. I have never.
Girl, what was that trial? She wasn't trying to fuck it up, but she was gonna fuck it up until she found out that it was absolutely not allowed. The 2 little boys. Y'all know who I'm talking about.
Never stolen
She was trying to stream that court live.
any content from somebody that's literally their kid for profit. Not one person can ever say that because I create my own content.
West Boys. Yes, the West trial. She was going to stream that shit live. And guess what? That would have been her content. Guess what? It would have been monetized. So you may not have done it, but you tried to do it.
Dolly is cashing out on Seth's. Yeah, he is. He is. He's a despicable person. And for the assholes that want to come in here and tell me about myself, you guys can go take a hike because you'll never tell me about myself. I'm too bougie and too good for you. I'm too good for you.
No, you're just as bad as them. You're just as bad as them. The only reason you're not as bad as them today is because you were actually a part of that interview. Had you not been a part of that interview, your stupid ass would have been right over there on your channel streaming it.
Side of the train tracks. You know, the 8 Mile? Get it? Get it? It's disgusting. It angered me. I wouldn't even do this live. I should be in bed. I'm leaving for Miami tomorrow because I work. I don't sit home and bitch all day. I actually have
okay.
to get up and go to work because I create content. I work my ass off. You know, getting on these
Hey,
things,
Sparker.
people knowing my name, it's not easy. They knew my name long before I became Bullhorn Betty. It's because I work my ass off for my county. I work my ass off for my state, all free of charge, by the way. I work my ass off for my United States of America, all free of charge. And then
okay.
I take all of this and I try to give back to families, again, free of charge.
I feel like, what else can I say? We say the same things over and over and over to Betty. So now it's like it's regurgitated, you know?
Free of charge. And I use these channels for funding to be able to do it. And meanwhile, you got people that are sitting here smoking so much damn pot, they can't even think straight.
Whoa!
Stealing a victim's father's live.
That's called pot brain, ma'am. I will have you know.
That was not monetized for profit. So you know what?
And it only lasts for like 20 or 30 minutes.
When we monetize Seth's account, which I hope he does get monetized, I hope that this live gave him his monetization. I hope he is able to monetize because if anybody could use the money to support his son and his advocation for his son, it's Seth. And I can tell you when I was there, he had signs, he had the wristbands, he had bags of wristbands. And he's saying those wristbands are gone. He's been going overtime getting those wristbands out. He had boxes of flyers. He's out of flyers. He's given those flyers away. People have posted those flyers. I know how many flyers I posted. That stuff doesn't cost, that stuff costs a lot of money. Those yard signs are expensive. Did you see how big they are? They're not the little, you know, $5-10 yard signs. These are big yard signs.
Yeah, Chris and Katie bought them. Chris and Katie paid for them. The fuck?
Big yard signs.
I mean, unless it's a different set of yard signs, because I know Chris and Katie paid to get some yard signs made, and there was another woman that paid to get some made.
Yeah, he doesn't do it for the money. He needs the money for the. What is he supposed to do? These people. I'm not even gonna get into it. I've already spilled my piece. I think.
Yeah, that's her working for her city, her town, girl. Everything I do it for my hood.
I think they're both freaking ghetto as shit. I hope they take their shit back to the trailer park. That's where they belong. And you know what? Take a hike. And I hope karma bites you in your ass. I hope karma bites you slap in your ass because both of you motherfuckers deserve it. Excuse my language.
Ooh.
Pray for me on Sunday.
Okay.
Sometimes it just needs to be said. Just saying. Sometimes it just needs to be said. I don't have to agree with everything people do, but I care about missing kids, and I hope he's found soon. Amen, mercy.
Holla.
These people are just ridiculous, but they have to. First of all, they either have to have.
Oh my God.
Sebastian's name in their title or my name in their title in order to have anybody even look at them. You know, if they could not bitch about something, their channels would literally be gone because they have no content.
I know, right? Like some of the funnest times of my life. Now I ain't never lived in a trailer park. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with it. But I ain't never lived in a trailer park. But some of the funnest, dopest times of my life were spent doing wild shit in the trailer park.
It's not easy to sit up on the piano and make fun of people hiding behind an emoji when nobody gets to see your fat ass face with a freaking big ass nasty nut on the front of it that you put.
Oh my God. Nasty nut on the front of it. She meant mole or piercing, I guess. I don't know, because it's not a mole. It's a Monroe piercing. She just said Queen had nut on her face. You just can't make this shit. You cannot make this shit. Oh, shit.
I bet you probably would lose half of your freaking subscribers if they saw your
Shit. Oh, y'all got me hot laughing so hard.
You know, if they could not bitch about something, their channels would literally be gone because they have no content and they're not talented people. It is not easy to sit up on the piano and make fun of people hiding behind an emoji when nobody gets to see your fat ass face with a freaking big ass nasty nut on the front of it. That you put
with a big ass nasty nut. Okay. Is she talking about nut or like one ball from a dude's ball sack? Oh.
Put there. I bet you probably would lose half of your freaking subscribers if they saw your piano face to face. Because people do judge people. I'm sorry, they do.
Yeah, if you judge
It's
somebody
just sad. But you know,
for their looks, then that says more about you than the other person you're judging.
what he had almost 1,800 people in his chat. People got to hear his message. There was so much love. You know why they had it open there? Because we weren't going to have it.
Oh my God. Sometimes you feel like a nut. Sometimes it's on your face. Like Tony's balls. Don't. We're going to have to come. Meme makers. We need the slithery, slimy, dick talk Tony peen. And we need it going across. I'm just kidding. Y'all don't do that.
Have them hating on Seth in his own damn chat. And how dare them for wanting to. Like, I really hope a freaking bus hits both of them at this point. Well, maybe not Dolly. Dolly has a little hope left. Don't want Dolly out, okay? I like him every now and again, okay? He still makes me laugh. But the other dodo bitch can go, okay? Like, I just want a freight train to hit her, and I'd be perfectly happy with that.
I can't.
So much love for Seth. There was a lot of love for Seth. There sure was. I hope you guys go back.
Oh my God, I'm literally getting way too hot. Lady K talks. Paging Lady K talks.
You know, go back and rewatch Seth's. By tomorrow, you know, a lot of other channels are going to be running it and putting their commentary on it. And they really meant to say this. And how could he say that about his child?
I did that
all this
tonight.
other stuff. You're probably smoking dope with your child. So what does it really matter at this point? What people's opinions?
Okay, I don't do that. Queen don't do that either. Stop, Betty. Stop. You're going a little too far, girl. If I was Queen, I'd clip that. I would definitely clip it for my lawsuit.
Of Seth is half the people that have an opinion of
Well,
it.
there she is.
Sitting in the freaking clinker. Like these ghetto people, I'm tired of them. I'm literally tired of them. Take your shit back to the trailer park. Leave me the hell out of it. I've moved my channel out of this crap. We're keep moving over. We're gonna keep moving over. We're gonna keep moving over until we are so far separated from the crama drama bullshit that we're like, who is that? I don't recognize that name. You know, who are these people? Right? We're gonna be talking about a whole different caliber. We're gonna be talking about Jennifer Coffindaffer and Judy. I'm sick of these.
You didn't miss anything. She said, Southern Gal said she was laughing. She said something about. She didn't say Queen's name, but she said you're probably smoking dope with your kids. So
these other crack channels. These are uneducated people with a opinion and a microphone. It truly is.
Earth.
There's only
You take care of yourself, babe. Y'all send some love in the chat for Earth.
A few good content creators that actually do the work to create their own content, not just sit there and complain about other people's work. That's pretty bad if you're complaining about other people's work and you've never produced any of your own work at all.
Oh God, Pearl, I hope
there,
not.
So you're not looking over here. Situation, if you ask me. Anybody ever asked how many times she's ever gotten anything right? Because she's got nothing right. Has anybody asked where she has she ever?
Oh my God, I wasn't even paying attention. Damn, Lisa.
I mean, she's always talking about tragedy pimps, so she seems to always be covering tragedies.
That's what I said.
Interesting. Does that make her a tragedy pimp? I keep asking that, and it seems like she's allowed to make profit off.
She's just going through a tough time. I'm sure she'll talk to you, Pearl, but she's just going through a tough time right now, and she could use some love and support.
Tragedies, but nobody else is allowed to make profit off of tragedies. Interesting. I never quite figured that out. YouTube is wrong for allowing anyone to show a missing child's dad. They should automatically shut down people's lives because there's a way that you can add yourself to a live and do it lawfully. They even let you behind the scenes. They allow you to add. You guys can simultaneously do lives in collab.
Thank y'all. She needs
so they
it.
should literally. Anybody that's like literally hijacking a live and it's in real time, they should ban it from that channel. They should shut it down like immediately. Somebody should be able to go report it and say this is a live stream from another channel, and YouTube cut it off. It's not their content. They're literally facilitating the theft of content.
Southern Gal's being shady. I need to send Betty some of my frownies. If I liked her. Wrong. Never mind.
No ways to stop it. Again, there's a lot of complicity with YouTube. And I really do think that a class action lawsuit against YouTube is the only way that's going to make them stop and make them start honoring their terms of service. And I am serious about that. I am going to start
it's
fishing
almost
for
over,
a
y'all.
class action attorney and see if
we're
there is
going to get
anything
into
that
the
can be done,
lawsuit.
because they're creating their own liability.
Forever, Steph. This live. Let me see. Are y'all down to just be done with it? Because it doesn't have. Why is it not showing me the time?
It's a service which they put out to protect us, and it's costing people. It's basically grand theft in some cases.
I don't know.
Seth didn't say anything bad about his son, Sebastian, at all.
It does feel like a long time.
And I'm sure he was going to answer questions and other things later on. He was going to answer questions. There was a whole section for Q&A, but the problem is when the show is scheduled for an hour and you're butting up to an hour, if you ask only one question, then everybody else is going to be upset that their question wasn't asked. So you have to decide whether you're going to the show.
Southern Gal, you better stop. Southern Gal's in here, Miss Babe. And see, but I didn't know that there was a part for there. I didn't know there was a Q&A part. So see, I just learned that. I didn't know that. So far we know there's a search scheduled for July, or they're trying to schedule a search for July 11th. I can't remember the name of the place. I think it was Rockdale Lake or something like that. And that this live was supposed to have a Q&A, and they just didn't get around to it.
Had already been there for over an hour, and the show was timed for an hour. So, there was no room for the Q&A afterwards. But at the end of the day, there's the show was about Sebastian.
Why is time?
I know he's going to be doing more at that time. I'm sure there is going to be time for question and answer. I know there was a lot of questions that I had that I wanted to ask him about some of the revelations that were coming out during the week, but I didn't even have an opportunity because the time ran out.
Who?
So, there are going to be more lives because at the end of the day, like you heard him say, he's tired of the misinformation. He's tired of people profiting to bash him and make stuff up about him. So it really is a way to give him his power back. Having this channel is
he sure has
some
audacity.
power back into him that was stripped away from him. And so I hope
time tippy cup.
I hope the content creators allow him 24 hours after his live before running with it, or wait until it's over.
Me too.
I mean, you don't have to like somebody to be courteous, to do the right thing.
I don't know.
If you don't like it,
they could have chose to do a longer live, but I'm sure Dick Talk Tony put that in place.
Done to you, don't do it to somebody else. It's the cardinal freaking rule. But what do you expect from ghetto ass bitches? And I put Dolly right there in there because he's a little bitch. How dare him? And take that back. And if you guys don't like it, you guys don't
she just called Dolly a little bitch.
I beholded nobody. Absolutely nobody. That was shit. You know it was. Seth deserved better. But, we'll keep it real over here on the Bull.
That was her way of saying, don't stay mad at me for talking shit to you right now. Okay, we're done. So y'all want to see about the lawsuit, the next mainstream lawsuit coming to town? He was falling asleep. He had to keep blinking real fast to stay awake. Yeah, I didn't even hear it on that interview about the Q&A. All right, let me share this with y'all, and then we're gonna shut down. But let me remove this comment, and I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna present screen window. No. Why is it not showing up? There we go. Okay. Okay. These are from Clues Discord. I received an anonymous email. I mean, the verbiage seemed like it was kind of, I don't know. I don't know. Let me tell y'all what it said. Oh, they said these were sent to me. Thought you'd be interested. From, it doesn't say from, I'm saying from. And it says an anonymous who hates slurs. So, and they attached a picture. I'm going to show you the picture in just a minute. Okay. Let them hate. That bitch came to talk to me today and explained she wasn't doing anything wrong. Blah, blah. Why you defending your actions, Jonesy? Because I didn't do nothing wrong, bitch. Because your ugly ass was wrong. You, Cluminati, got proved wrong. She can't get over it, Genevieve. It's crazy. I'll sue her ass for defamation, bitch. I'm far from broke. We know. You've told us 100 million times. I myself am not far from broke, so call me a broke ass bitch, but what I do got is family. Let's go, bitch. Anyways, then you got Tony. Not you. Tony, New York. You be always talking shit somewhere, Tony. Always. Yeah, defamation. Defamation. It ain't defamation if it's true, girl. And I promise if we put our lives and clips up next to each other, they gonna laugh you out that fucking courtroom. Let's go. Let's see what happens. Clue, my email is scrolling at the bottom of the screen. If you email me, I'll send you my full name and address. That way you can make it easier on you. Okay, thank you, boo. Next. Lame ass. Oh. You may share subs and she don't want to lose them. That ain't shit to do with shit. What are you talking about, Tony? Not kidding. I will literally sue the fuck out of her. Not that she has any goddamn money. Shaking my head. I do got money. But I wouldn't have to pay for a lawsuit. You can call me a broke ass if I'm not constantly out here saying how rich I am. But just because I'm not rich don't mean I'm broke, stupid. You must have came from a hard life. Because you don't shut the fuck up about having money. That's weird. Okay. Anyways. I didn't even use a racist word. No, you didn't. So sue me for defamation because this right here shows you thought I was saying you said the N word. You dumbass. I said you said the F word and you did, and I got it, and I'll save it. Just, for the lawsuit. So I don't know what the fuck she mad over. I told you what I was mad over. Just a reason to be miserable and bitch. I get it. If I look like her, I'd be miserable too. Let me show y'all something. Let me hook y'all up. Y'all ready for this? I don't usually go this route, but I'm going to today. Hold on. Nope, that's not a good view. It's dark as hell. Let me see. There's another one. Hold on. Here we go. This one you can see. Let me get where you take these glasses off, girl. Let me share my screen to a different one. So stop screen. Don't worry. We'll go back to the messages because there's a few more. They ain't that busy, but that last message, what did it say? It said, I get it. If I look like her, I'd be miserable too.
I have talked to the Proud Feet. Well, that.
Hey, Pooh, have you seen yourself? Hold on. Let me pull something else up. Have you seen yourself, babe? I ain't saying I'm the prettiest woman in the world, but I don't pretend to be like you do. So let's go over here and look at this real quick. Let's see. Where is a live that you could see me on? Oh, we gonna get that petty. We gonna get that petty for sure. For sure. I'll even choose an unflattering spot. Let me see. Oh, that's a good spot. Never mind. I'm gonna use this one. All right, let's go here. And then let's go here. Let's go here. And then let's go here.
Outside, right, the other night, we had a conversation, and I mean, we message frequently, right?
And then let's go here. Oh, and Kate says countdowns give me anxiety. Listen, it's just in case there's no notification. Okay. Enough said. So let's go back to the messages. All right. I get it. If I look like her, I'd be miserable too. I ain't watching any of her BS. Sorry, my family way more entertaining than that hoe. Tony says, look, I can say lots from being on YouTube for a few years. You sure can. Tony's been all up in some shit. But this Discord isn't secure. It's not. I agree. Tony does know that this Discord is not secure. Beware of your words are being screenshot and filed for future use. They sure are. Sue me, bitch. All for the views, Keisha says. And that's very obvious now. What makes that obvious, Keisha? Please comment on the stream after it's over, unless you're in here now, and let me know. The only reason I did the live last night that I did was to correct Cluminati's lies, B. Tim and Queen's bullshit. I understand if that affected you, but it was a response. It wasn't for clicks and views. Clue, will you check your Facebook Messenger? Yes, that is a better place to be doing your dirty shit. Okay? She's just hungry for attention. Let her have it. Bitch, I've been getting attention. You're new here. You know shit. I haven't been on there long, so thanks for the heads up. I don't know what is secure anymore nowadays. Well, definitely not Discord. Nobody's Discord is secure. Views, and content. Okay, Tony. Is all on their minds. They get in that fuck shit for that purpose. You don't... Tony, pay attention, dear. I had an opinion. Clue didn't like it and has been pitching a little toddler baby fit ever since. So pay attention. The link was out there, and believe me, every scumbag is in here. Yep, you put your link out publicly. You damn right. Patreon connected rooms, which we pay. Patreon connected rooms, which we pay for, is a bit more secure. I think she's talking about Laura, because she was part of Laura's Discord. Clue will only let who she 100% trusts, and no other creators should be allowed in. Laura, did Tony NY try to run shit the way with you, the way she's trying to do with Clue? I'm just curious. Friends today and an enemy eventually. That's everybody. That's everybody. It doesn't matter if it's creators, subs, Like, it doesn't matter. Keisha, Tony, I don't know shit about Discord, obviously. I didn't mean to send. So apparently she sent something. Coded name for me. I don't know what's so hard to just be honest to who you are as a person for some reason. So that one's cut off. I don't fuck with Jones and never have, never will. She screamed snake bitch. So you sound like queen bitch. Shut up. It was clear as day today for sure. Well, it was at nighttime, so maybe that night. I don't know. Anyways, my live was at nighttime. Anyway, so there you go, hippies. Jones's kid is sued. Sue me, bitch. Oh, I did. I missed your comment. If I were a lesbian, I'd do you. Thanks, Nicole B. That is so sweet. So sweet. She does watch me. She came in here sometimes. Apparently talking about slurs, and it wasn't even calling her out. We were just discussing it, and she got super butthurt. Oh, Wispy, thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate that. And thank you for renewing. I forgot to tell you thank you earlier. You had been 9 months. I feel like you just renewed though. Papa Jones be like, that's my girl. Thank you. Make sure you thank Wispy. And welcome to the Hippie Hut.
Welcome to the Hippie Hut, man. Let's vibe.
Thank you, babe. Yeah, pull up. I'm going to sue you. Oh, I forgot to show y'all the picture that was attached to it. Are y'all ready? Where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? Y'all ready? Y'all ready for this? Cluminati. Pull up training pants. Outstanding protection. 4T, 5T. That shit's funny. Pull up. Okay. We got eyes everywhere. Everybody has eyes everywhere. Just always remember that. Nothing is secure. Sue me, bitch. KCG, member for 6 months. Thanks for renewing. I love you too. Y'all ready for this? Pull up. You a bitch, bro. Well, she did say pull up, so holla. She needs a sponsorship. Listen. KCG, thank you so much for gifted memberships. Y'all make sure to tell KCG thank you if you got one. Thank you so much for that.
Welcome to Atlanta where the players play and we ride on them things like every day.
All right, guys. Hold on. Oh, yeah, Deets told me that. The jerk said Deets would pull up, ask you to be better, and leave you a nice candle. She said, and maybe an edible arrangement. Listen, it's just so stupid. It didn't have to go as far as it did. It only went that way because I had an opinion. She pitched a fit about it. I cannot be out here babysitting all these babies out here tripping. I can't do it. I cannot do it. And it's not my job. So go tell somebody else to pull up, bitch. All right, y'all. I'm done being petty for the night. Thank y'all for being here. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for loving me. Replay gang, let me know what you think in the comments. Make sure you hit that like or dislike on your way out. I love you guys, and I hope y'all have a great Saturday night, Sunday morning. Catch you on the flip side. Bye.
We are swimmers.